that was...
All right, hold on.
Here.
That was really fun.
We're gonna simmer.
We are.
Simmer with us.
Are we live?
Simmer. Yeah, we were live, bro.
We should be live.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
Our first hot tub, baby.
We're out here.
Yeah, y'all saw SSGC, right? We're doing a new stint of episodes for our Talking Normies podcast, but it's gonna be dudes in a tub for a little bit.
Yep.
We'll see how this works. If we don't look excruciatingly uncomfortable,
I prefer...
We're all trying. Oh man, I'm pretty sure I just slashed 2 people's toenails across the top of my toe.
that's okay. Can I put my leg underneath your?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very sus in here.
I prefer the name Dick Soup for the Soul.
I would like to point out that the genesis of this podcast was because of all the hot tub stuff that was happening back on Twitch. That's when this idea came around. And then it turns out that getting a hot tub, setting it up, and figuring out the different audio for 4 people and 2 different camera situations set up.
Balancing the water.
Balancing the water. Took a week. Turns out it'd be different if it was just me in the water, because I wouldn't care if the water was balanced. But, you know, it's 4 of us.
Are you calling us dirty?
Yeah, you calling us dirty, huh?
No,
Just because
no.
we knew?
Yeah, that's exactly what he meant.
I was calling you guys dirty because I know what your grooming habits
What do
are
you
like.
mean?
What do you mean? Have you seen me?
Your shaved chest don't make you more clean.
Yeah, it does.
No.
That means there's less stuff that be trapped in my hair.
Yeah, it makes you look
You're
like a seal.
more aerodynamic when you fight.
He does look smooth. So we're just gonna talk and catch up. We're just gonna chill. We're trying to have just some chill vibes this podcast. So
Yeah.
We have somewhat of an agenda, but we're gonna
We got Spencer on
keep
the
it light.
ones and twos reading off comments. Spencer, how many people are here?
I like to live my life agenda free.
Yeah, we should have at least like.
I like to live. Maybe we should
Shout
have
out
like
to all
a
10 of you.
whiteboard next time off screen with like the itinerary.
Yeah, we got it in the.
We
doc.
got it.
Let's catch up. Let's talk.
catch up.
What are y'all been up to?
Shit, I just had my birthday last week. I had a nice little massage.
Hey.
Yeah?
My first massage ever, too.
Yeah?
Bro, I was so nervous for this massage, too.
Did you take your underwear off?
I did. Because I was so nervous.
Oh,
Cause
dang, it was one of those.
You went all the way?
I went all the way, bro. I was nervous because, like, on Pornhub, like, the massage always leads to something. I'm like, oh, God, I hope nothing, and I was just worried the whole time. I didn't want to pop a tent or anything like that. And, but it was all good. It was
What was your masseus's name?
Randy.
Francesca.
Garrett.
Francesca.
Francesca.
That's
That's good. It's a legit place when they don't have like the neon lights up front and shit. So
Yeah, I learned that the hard way,
The hard way?
Long time ago.
yeah. Oh.
I never go full bottoms off.
For real,
I
she
keep-
even
I
told
keep
me.
my
She
boxers
told me it's
on.
like you'd be completely covered. Like, when they did massage you, like they
Oh,
have
they do it
towels and they
respectfully. Yeah,
do
yeah.
that. She's like, yeah, you'd be completely covered. Because I also before I went to the massage,
took
I had
you
a
in.
bath, so she gave me a bath. Like she scrubbed, put some.
Oh, you went to a bougie spot, bro.
Yeah, she scrubbed me down. She put me in a bath.
You like a sponge bath? I know that was a part of the deal. I ain't never got no sponge bath.
Yeah, that sounds
And
nice.
then I got a massage, and then she did my feet.
Yeah. Damn. Did you
Bet
tip her
you
extra?
felt like a king. Felt like a king, bitch.
Oh, I felt like a king. And bro, they had the best tea ever, like cinnamon tea.
Where's this place at?
Right here, I bought Bottle Works, right on Mass Ave, Woodland House.
Yeah.
wood
See,
spot.
that place is too fancy for hand jobs.
I was afraid of that.
Yeah, no.
So you don't take your underwear off when you get a massage?
Nah, I like to have a little bit of my glutes massaged, but I like to keep my
See, she didn't touch my butt. I told her to touch my butt.
They don't touch your butt, but like where your back and
Yeah,
your
just-
butt are
yeah,
nearly touching
but-
like that spot.
Like the-
I just had a great fucking workout, and I was like, can you just do my butt? I'm okay with it. And I even told her like, you could go hard. And she's like, well, that's I got a Swedish massage, so it's like a little bit light, not like a deep tissue. She's like, I'm not specialized in doing deep tissue, but I was like,
You told her to go hard on her butt.
yeah, I did. And she didn't want to go hard on my butt.
Well, she touched your feet, which that deserves like an extra $20 on top of whatever.
Yeah.
Well, what have you been up to, Serge?
Well, I got engaged a couple weekends ago.
You didn't tell us.
Shut the. I think most of y'all know too, but in case you don't, I proposed to Dr. Carissa Dionisio in Colorado. We were in Estes Park, which is.
Hey, I've been there.
Well, actually, we were in the Rocky Mountains, close to Estes Park, and it was a spot called Lily Lake. Had like a photographer planned. It was nerve-wracking. Damn it, holding a fucking ring just in your pocket the whole time. Like, what if it drops? What if it's not in there? But it's done. The deed is done.
But like you knew she was
Weight
gonna
off my
say
shoulder.
yes.
Yeah, we talked about it. It wasn't like a shot in the dark. Like, will you?
What if?
Yeah, that's what I brought this up to him. I was like, man, you guys traveled all the way to Denver. That plane ride back home would have been horrible.
It'd been easy. I just get separate seats.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, I'm gonna sit here. But no, we were It's good. Now the planning phases of the wedding begins.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, that's the difficult part.
It's gonna be a rager.
Not gonna happen until 2023.
Did you see the elk when you were in Estes Park?
No, I didn't.
Oh, they just be walking around.
No, I saw a bunch of squirrels. That's about it.
Wow.
A big difference between elk and squirrels. What
a
you been up
little
to,
chilly.
Mickey?
I bought a house.
Oh.
I'm closing on the house on Monday, so this weekend I'm gonna be packing just stuff. I'm at the apartment still till the 25th, so I'm gonna be kind of going back and forth. But
Nice.
One last rager at the apartment.
One last rager? You mean the first rager? Mickey has not thrown one single rager
You came over to my house and freestyled before,
for a really poorly conceived pregame.
which I still have clips of that.
That was a fun night.
I didn't like, bro. No, it was great. He was freestyling in Marquetta, and he went off for like several minutes. I didn't start recording till like the middle, but it was actually pretty good. I still have like a clip of that. But yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing. I bought a house finally, so that's I'm nervous. That's a big decision, but it also kind of feels good because I'm like, yeah, I got an investment. Like, you know, I feel like a proper adult now.
You'll be buying mulch from Lowe's.
Taking care of the lawn.
You know
You'll be
what?
like, I gotta take care of the lawn.
I'm actually planning to get rid of a lot of my lawn in the back area because I want to make a fire pit eventually.
Man, huge fire pit.
it's
You're
gonna
getting real loud.
It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. I think we could probably throw a party in there like before. Like
That's where the rager will be.
Sydney had a good idea. Or was it Rona? I don't know. It was one of them, but they were like throw a party before there's any furniture, just like an empty house party.
Yeah.
I kind of dig that.
Yeah.
We're old. I want to sit down. Most of our parties involve us playing Secret Hitler, which you need a table and chairs.
I'll bring a chair.
BYOC.
Bring your own chair.
BYOC. Have you seen the thing where it's a chair that you walk around with, and then you just sit down and it folds out?
Yeah.
I think
Sit
so.
on it. I want one of those.
I think so.
Well,
You know,
what
I
to
was
get you
thinking
for
about it.
It's
Christmas?
just like a kangaroo tail.
We were at Kings Island last Saturday, actually, too. I was like, Mickey, you weren't there, but standing in line, bruh, that would have been
I heard you guys got on like
2.5
three
hours.
coasters all day.
Listen,
2.5
we got on
hours.
the Orion. That's all that matters. We tried to get the fast pass immediately, and
Sold out.
they sell out. Who
And
would've thunk
people
it?
are so stingy with this fast pass. I legitimately offered this kid. This kid's probably like still in college. He probably needs the money, you know. She got books and meal plans and stuff like that. Fast pass is good, 150, right? I offered him 200. He's like, no. I offered him 300. So this is $150 profit, double the money he made. He's like, no. That's ridiculous.
He said I came here to ride
wouldn't pay that
rides,
much
not
for-
make money.
It must have been from like far
He
away.
knew the value of the fast pass.
I mean, it makes sense that they sell out. Like, can you imagine if they didn't? That would be kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Then it's just two.
Yeah,
It's just
everyone's
two
pricing
regular
it.
lines.
I didn't get to ride all the coasters I wanted because your boy was hungover and was asking for
Really? I thought you were just afraid.
You guys.
Yeah, I
didn't-
thought you were just free.
Well, I'm a big old bitch too, but here's the thing though.
I heard
is
you
that
pick-
I think between out of all of us, I've probably ridden the most roller coasters.
You
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. I'm a roller coaster fan, boss.
I've been to Disney World 3 times. I've been.
He was calling us a coaster head.
You guys were because you guys were. You
For
were like.
simply knowing the ride's name.
You were literally like, it's the Orion. It's a fucking F4
It's-
coaster.
it's a Type
the
4
tallest
coaster, bro.
in the world. There's only 4 of them built in this continent. You guys were nuts.
I heard you pick the Beast though.
Yeah.
Which is a classic, but like, come on.
Come on.
I mean,
I'm sorry, y'all don't
that's
like
a
the
classic. It is a classic.
It's a classic, but you get a headache every time you go
It'll
on.
chew
it.
you up and spit you out.
Yeah,
Hey, man, I
you should have gone with
absolutely-
Outer Limits, man.
Outer Limits line was like
2.5
2.5
hours.
fucking hours, bro.
Worth it.
I
waited
like
2
Outer
hours.
Limits is dope, but I was like, I'm not about to wait 2.5 hours to ride a ride that I've already ridden.
We
before.
waited 2 hours for the Onion, the Orion.
All right. A full basketball game.
Goddamn.
Damn.
Wow, when you put it like that.
I think the next time when we go to an amusement park, what we got to do is all bring our Switches. Anyway, my update is I haven't been up to
No, we socialized and talked to each other.
No, we would play games with each other on the Switches.
We played heads up in line, and everyone was like watching us, like we were, I don't know,
Having fun.
We were either being rambunctious as fuck,
We're being
or
kinda extra.
people were laughing at us, and then a fan recognized us, was like, "Hey, I recognize that yelling and bickering.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Normies game."
That is a weird juxtaposition of a theme park. Is like it's supposed to be about having fun and stuff, but then like it's just mostly like just
Have you ever been like
quietly
line.
standing in line.
That's literally most all theme parks.
This is the ride.
This is the ride.
I ain't been up to shit for no updates. You got a house, you got engaged, you got a massage for the first time. I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Really. I've been working on my bus. That's about it.
What's your bus?
This bus.
Little bus. In case you guys, internet folks, didn't know, I'm building a sauna bus.
A Roos Boost.
It's
Just
a Roos
you?
bus. Me, Marquetta, and Nevi. are working on a little sauna bus.
Me too.
You just gave him shit for wiping his face, you know that.
So, well, you said the mic froze.
Gets a little bunch, huh?
He does get
We're good? All right. Well, so yeah, that's it. Working on the bus. It's almost done. Me and my contractor are struggling. He's one of my friends from like junior high, and I just be like, man, bro, I don't know what to do. And he's like, I got all these questions about measurements and shit. I'm like, dude, I don't know.
So you had to take, if you guys don't follow his Instagram, they took a school bus, a regular yellow school bus, stripped all the seats out of there,
It's very hard.
wiped all the rust out of there, like scraped all the rust.
You gotta get the subfloor up. You have to get that bitch up, and you gotta scrape off the rust on the bottom.
They painted that boy.
Yeah, because it's so. Fun fact: you're not allowed to drive a school bus around if you're not a school bus driver, because you could kidnap children really easily.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So yeah, we had to
That's
paint
illegal?
it to make it kidnapping children. is illegal.
No shit. I'm talking about riding the bus. I'm gonna get on my knees for a little bit because I'm uncomfortable.
That's fine.
You're more comfortable on your knees.
No. There's too many dudes in here, and I can't put my feet all the way across.
I mean, I got my feet all the way.
You know what? I'm gonna do that too, Ben.
I've actually wait. Were you done explaining about the bus?
No, I was just asking about the busing because I got distracted. Sorry.
So the thing is that in Europe and even out on the coast, when people go to saunas, it's more of like this kind of like chill health retreat type of deal instead of like I'm just gonna go sit in there and steep like you do in the gym for a bit. So that's all. We're trying to really like bring the sauna culture to the Midwest.
So like, what's the culture like? What do you do in the sauna? Do you
Where
like?
you just chill, you get
party?
you get a little bit of beer. No, you don't party. You
They're
go there
mostly
and you
nude
relax,
saunas, right?
man.
They're nude saunas.
Yeah. I don't know if this one's gonna be because it's probably illegal, but we'll find out one way or another.
Dude, you're gonna end up creating a new porn category, I'm sure.
There's plenty of porn categories for it already.
For real? A sauna bus?
Not with a sauna.
There are.
Oh,
with
actually,
the
no.
saunas.
Actually, no. You're
Have
right.
you never been on the internet?
No, you're right.
Well, that's
But
it.
not a sauna bus.
That's it for me. On the bus, maybe we'll just drive it around.
Well, speaking of, okay, so YouTube, the algorithm recommended how people like convert vans and stuff.
Yeah, that's how I got the idea.
So I've been looking into a conversion van. It's pretty, bro. It's sick what you could do with like a van, like for vacations and stuff.
Like a splinter van?
Like instead
Like
of
so you can sleep in the back.
yeah, and they can put like a whole ass kitchen in there, man. Like for like like festivals or just general travel.
I want to be at festivals with the bus.
I think eventually I want to. That's where you
That
make
would be
the.
smart.
I eventually want a conversion van. I think.
Don't do a van. You can pay more money
Wow.
because the vans are newer and more expensive. You can get an
Well, I
old
mean, I would
bus.
get a used van.
You get an old bus though for
But,
like
like,
$5,000.
Imagine the gas on that.
Imagine that you're gonna have an RV. You have a whole
like,
RV.
I don't want like a big, like I kind of
Get
want
the small bus.
I want something compact, like the short bus. I
Yeah.
thought about that too, but like I think I want something even smaller. Like I want like a van.
Have you seen the RVs that are kind of like the van you're describing, but they
Expand?
inflate, they expand outwards,
Yeah.
and they retract in, so
Yeah.
it's very compact.
Yeah.
And like when we went to Brown County camping the other weekend, like somebody had that, and we saw what it looked like parked, and then we saw what it looked like at night. That's a lot of space that they cram in there. It's just like room for the whole bed, really. So
Yeah.
I don't think it has a kitchen and shit, but those are easier to drive to me than a big Pinto.
So it's actually this couple on YouTube. The channel's called Lewis the Van, and they made their own conversion van through the pandemic, and they showed it off, and it became so popular that like they started their own. Like now they convert vans and sell them. Like they made that business like in the pandemic.
Have you seen them how they do the splinter vans? Like
Splinter?
Yeah.
Sprinter vans.
Sprinter vans.
what is it called?
Sprinter.
Sprinter. Yeah, there's some sexy ass buses. The conversions they do, like you could have a whole movie theater.
Yeah, it's crazy what people can do. Yeah.
I've been Gus the Struggle Bus, but there's this dude named I forget his name was, but he is called Combi Life. It was the first like van life shit that I started watching, and he drove his van from Argentina to Alaska.
Whoa.
And-
Wait, how? Oh yeah, you can. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But it took him, I think, like 2 years. He saw somebody get murdered. He found the dog. He met a girl that he ended up dating for like 5 years or some shit like that. His van broke down so many times that he learned how to rebuild an engine. He was literally stuck in Colombia, and he was like, "If I don't learn how to rebuild this engine, I can't leave."
That's the part of it that scares me. Is like the inevitable maintenance.
Time out. You said he went from Argentina, so South America.
Yeah.
All the
To
way to
Alaska.
Is he a
Think about
gaucho?
it. It's all land.
Is he a gaucho?
Is it?
Yeah,
gaucho?
Mexico.
How
Like,
about- how
Mexico
about-
connects
You mean
with
a
the
United
South
States.
No,
United
and
States-
South America. The
United-
the little notch. It connects us.
Yeah,
up.
South
No,
America,
I know it
Central
does there,
America.
and then North America, and then we get then to Canada. I get that. I thought Alaska was his own island.
No, Alaska's a really big peninsula.
Hawaii is its own island, bro.
Alaska's connected to Canada.
Yeah.
I know.
This whole time.
For real, so there's a bridge.
Sarah
No
Palin.
bridge.
No,
It's
bridge.
connected by
Literally,
land.
It's just, it's a part of
It's a part of Canada.
The
There.
United States owns land here and then over here.
They just threw some darts on the board and was like, we got that one.
Yeah, we got that one too.
Huh. Shit, I learned something new today.
Well, did
We're
you know
gonna buy
they're-
you a map.
Did you know they're building a bridge from Alaska to Russia? I don't know if they're still doing it.
Ooh, that'd be dope.
Which isn't that like okay? So the only difficult thing about that is not the distance, but
It's the
like
weather.
it's like how rough the water is. Because like you could literally see Russia from like a good enough vantage point. Like it's a close like it would be I mean it'd be a long bridge, but like
Yeah, I ain't
it's
going on
more
that.
it's
And
more
then
the water.
They'll
Like,
build a highway around the world.
dude, I would so man. Okay, one of my dreams.
See, then you can get your bus.
One of my dreams in life,
around.
just I guess, I never thought about going from like South America to like Alaska. That's pretty dope. But I've always wanted.
That sounds like a nightmare.
I've always wanted to drive from the furthest point east to west of the United States. Like I want to go to Maine and then drive all the way like the furthest point west. Like I really like road trips.
Shit, yeah.
I don't like road trips.
I'm a fan.
All right,
I like
last
road
map
trips
thing
also.
for you. Which is closer? What's the one state closest to Africa?
Want to stay closest to Africa?
Yeah,
Florida.
Like United States?
Yes, which one's the United States?
Maine.
North Carolina.
Florida.
Maine?
It's Maine.
Oh, I just took a shot in the dark because Florida seemed obvious.
Are you sure about that? Maine is in the...
Tippy top, right?
I said closest east.
Man, I don't know
Yeah,
how you
you're
guys
right.
stay
You're right.
still.
You're right. You're right.
Because it
I started taking my Adderall.
it jets out.
Are you gonna be all right?
Fine. Do you want
You're
to
fucking sweating, bro. You
wanna
want to
switch
rotate?
sides?
Yeah,
You
I
wanna
want a towel to wipe my face. It's getting a bit
If I
much.
give you guys my towel,
There's new towels over there.
I got my towel right here. I got my blue towel right here.
All right, we'll move on to the next section then.
well, wait. What do you got? Oh, wait, never mind. We can talk about Halloween next podcast.
Well, you want to talk about Halloween now?
I just wanted to ask what you guys plan on being for Halloween.
Oh man.
And then we can talk about it next week, what we actually did.
Will you just slap one of these mics with your body?
Amazon. Oh man, I dipped my towel in the water. Amazon kind of.
Hold on, Pat. Can you?
I'm getting back down.
Yeah, you're just like.
My legs were cramping up. It's hot in here and my legs cramping
You
up.
need here, spread your legs here. I can cuddle next to Chris.
There you go.
Actually, we
There
should
we
sit
go.
this way.
Oh, why didn't we do this the whole
Why
time?
didn't we crisscross?
Oh, two up the middle.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
didn't we crisscross?
All right, here we'll be the two up the middle. Mickey,
Ooh,
put your
actually,
legs
that's
this way.
better.
Innovation.
Just gotta get a little cozy.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I was.
Hand check. All right, cool.
I had.
What does that mean?
Make sure you guys ain't doing nothing weird with your hands.
Shut up.
So there's people do that at the swimming pool?
You never know, Pat.
Did you never see that episode of South Park?
No, I must have missed it.
Oh, it's like a rite of passage. You got to get in the hot tub with your buddy and jerk it.
Yeah, the episode's actually called Two Guys in a Hot Tub.
Oh.
So anyway, what are you gonna be for Halloween?
Halloween. Okay, so I was.
If you could choose.
I have the elements to put together my costume, but there were more things coming, and Amazon screwed me over. I thought I ordered things in time, but now like it was supposed to be delivered yesterday, and then it was like, oh, running late, and I'm like, oh, dang it. So I was gonna be a combination of the Money Heist costume, and then half the mask. I was gonna paint black and make it. So it was a Squid Game Money Heist crossover, which I think is gonna be pretty dope.
Where are you going for Halloween?
Are you gonna speak Spanish and Korean?
There's Ben and Hannah are that'd be kind of cool. Ben and Hannah are having a thing. I think Sydney's having a thing tomorrow night, right?
Oh, I think so.
So probably those things. I'm gonna drink a lot of water today because I imagine I'm gonna be drinking a lot this weekend. So
I need to drink a lot of water now on this
I'm
tub.
preparing
It's drying
myself.
me out.
I'm preparing myself.
All right. I'm gonna be Planeteer. I'm gonna be Kwame. Ketty was gonna be Linka, the Planeteer, but
Captain Planet.
Captain Planet. You ever seen Captain Planet?
Oh.
Because it's just a shirt and then like hiking gear. So I was like, all right, I got that.
But isn't he blue?
No, Captain Planet is like everybody summons Captain Planet with their rings. There's 5 kids with
Isn't he
rings.
blue?
There's 5 kids with rings that summon Captain Planet. I'm one of the kids
he
with the
wants to be
ring.
one of the
I don't want to be
Oh.
Captain Planet. That seems like a lot of extra
From
work.
Planet. You could have been the Don Cheadle Captain Planet. That's always good.
Yeah, turn everybody into trees. That's a good one. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So tonight we're going to a concert, and it's costumes wearing there. One of my buddies is playing, his band's playing, and then like some of the local dudes are playing, and it's gonna be really fucking dope. And I'm super hyped for that because they put together like a new group. I ain't seen this group yet.
What are they called again?
They're called Blessed, but it's spelled 7
God damn it.
3
87 3
SS. Yeah.
87 3.
Well, no, instead of S's, they're 5s.
Ah, damn.
So anyway, it's gonna be fucking lit though. Like, and the homie Draco's playing. Like I told you, I've seen Draco a bunch. He broke a fucking floor at a concert we were at once. So
Is it someone named
it's gonna be
Sirius
lit.
Black gonna be there?
Sirius Black is in Blessed. Sirius Black, Oreo Jones, and this other dude are the members that comprise Blessed.
Blessed.
So yeah, I'm doing that, and then apparently Sydney's having a thing. I literally haven't talked with her about it, but then I heard yesterday that it's not Sydney that's having a thing, but Taylor that's having a thing. So I'm just gonna go to a party at the apartment and wild the fuck out.
Oh damn! So we're not invited, bro.
We're
I
invited.
was invited.
Tay says
I
we're
never
invited.
invited.
I think you are. I think it's just one.
Pat
I
is
think
on
it's
a
an open
blacklist.
invitation thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Taylor,
I haven't
we-
talked to Taylor about it, but I'm just gonna show up at her
We met her
apartment.
at the French Market. Did you come to French Market?
No, he ain't no French market coming to ass motherfucker. French ass market.
Hey, but for real,
French
hey,
market.
French food is fucking delicious, bro. Bro, they make the best bread. So, oh my god, I get this fresh baked bread from French. Like when I used to go to St. Martin, and they have this like little bakery, and they
Oh,
make
where's St. Martin?
the islands and Caribbeans.
You just go down to St. Martin to get bread?
Well, no, I was trying to tell a story here, Chris.
I thought St. Martin was like a place, like
Like a bread.
a bakery or something.
No. So, but they make the.
It's a whole ass island.
Yeah,
Okay,
and they're
okay.
making. The bread is so good, and the pasta, like they make the fresh pasta, like you see, like the grinding out of the pasta, that coming out of the thing.
Don't at me. I don't fuck with French food.
What?
Yeah.
You ever had escargot?
Sorry, Clem.
Escargot snails, right?
Yeah.
I don't fuck with that either.
I had duck. I had duck one time in Bordeaux, and that was good. It tasted like steak. That was the
Really?
best thing I had. in
Every
France.
time I've had duck, I'm just like,
Too greasy for me.
Yeah, duck
it's
is
like
greasy.
it's over. Yeah.
I mean, I think you gotta know how to
I
make
don't.
it.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
the best duck I
I don't
ever
think
had.
I don't think I've had good duck. That's the thing.
Duck.
Sorry, I'm cramping up in my thighs.
That's fine.
I want
Wiki feet.
someone keep track of count how many positions Pat's changed.
It's hot and I'm getting cramps.
Hey, Spencer, can we get a check on the comments? What they talking about?
Talking about Pat's legs. they're talking about cashew.
Oh, is Cashew in the back?
Oh, she's in the
Aw.
shark costume.
She's slumping over there in the
They're
back.
talking about Mickey's tattoo.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I'll talk
Mickey
to
had
you.
tattoos. I bet you guys didn't know.
We'll maybe explain ours one day.
Yeah, we should get a whole flashback about it.
That'll be a podcast topic for episode 2.
Episode 2?
Maybe.
I'm gonna
So
be.
cool.
Wait, who are you gonna be for? I'm gonna be Johnny Rose for Halloween, and Corey's gonna be Moira from Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be easy. I don't have to get anything. I'm just gonna wear a suit.
Only if you stay in
Maybe
He just
go
wants to
clean
wear a
shaven.
nice
You're
suit.
gonna have to go method and stay in character all night.
I might have to go clean shaven too. And yeah, I was planning on doing that.
Oh, my bad.
Just the bushy eye. Straight foot water.
Just foot water, bro. Just straight foot water.
I just had to make my eyebrows bushy. And he doesn't wear glasses. Eugene Levy wears glasses in real life, but I think in the show he's
Got contacts.
yeah.
Ah, you can
So,
get some.
and I'm gonna braid my hair.
He didn't wear glasses in Schitt's Creek?
I don't
No,
think
he
so.
didn't. No.
Pat, what are you gonna be?
I don't have a costume.
Wow.
Why not?
Anytime that happens, I just tell people I'm a muggle.
Oh, well, I don't have plans for Halloween yet. All right, but if I want to wear one, there's an easy one for me to pick up real quick. We got a bunch of costumes here. I was gonna be, Aaron from Attack on Titan. We got that.
He's an anime fan now.
Yeah, I'm an anime fan, bro. Attack on Titan, one of the best animes of all time. baby.
and
8 episodes in.
And yeah, you guys are in season
You ain't even
1.
there
You're
yet.
not even
You don't even-
there.
Bro,
You don't
can
even
you
know.
believe
You don't even know.
they jam packed all that in 8 episodes?
Oh,
they
just wait.
They go so fast, but you can still follow everything while they go so fast.
The only thing I don't like is you guys are watching it in dub because the sub is so good for that one.
I mean,
Please don't spark this.
I'm sorry, I have to. It's just you gotta.
I-
Dub
if
is
you-
good.
if you like
I
the
still
show-
like it.
I know, but I'm saying like if you go watch it.
See, then I don't think I would like it watching stuff because then I have to read and it goes
Yeah.
so fast and I won't be able to like.
Okay,
It,
no,
it
no,
does
no,
go
no.
stupid fucking
I'm
fast.
saying like get the context, watch it how you want, but then go back and watch maybe like select scenes just to see the voice acting.
I'm planning on possibly for big moments, cutting in the sub scene. Just like for one line, 1 or 2 lines here and there in some future episodes. One is iconic. I have to do.
Like with their with their reaction, I feel like
Yeah.
that'd be kind of jarring.
I will let them know the episode it happens.
Huh.
But like,
Still, I feel like
they
that'd
need
be
to
kinda
hear
cool.
one line.
Hey,
Yeah,
in the sub.
but like, wouldn't that be kind of like if they're used to
Or
the
a couple.
if they're used to the voices? I just feel like that'd be kind of.
Also-
I feel like that would possibly undercut the moment.
for sure.
Maybe it will. Yeah.
I know you guys are, Attack of Titans coming back.
No, you're not allowed.
Yeah, bro, we're watching the sub, and you're like
Sorry.
3 seasons behind.
You're not
There's
allowed.
no
Well,
way
we
you're
can
going
catch
to
up.
get. Nah, it's too much. It's too
You're
dense.
not-
Your brain will explode.
Yeah, you're not allowed.
You haven't even watched the OVAs yet.
You don't even.
There's OVAs?
You don't
Yeah.
Do
understand.
they need to watch the OVA? Yeah.
The one OVA. Do
Levi
you remember the one?
Oh, the goofy one.
No. What? No. The one OVA.
Levi.
Not that one. The one. It's a person in the woods by themselves. Do you remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we'll discuss it later. But
So-
that's a good OVA.
Yeah.
There's also Attack on Titan junior high school, where they're all in junior high school and all the Titans just keep trying to eat their lunch. This actually has nothing to do with the show, but me and Marquette watched a couple episodes.
I bet it's funny.
It's weird. It's weird as fuck. It's fucking. He's like, I had a dream that a Titan showed up and ate all my lunch.
They have one for Naruto too, like Rock Lee and Pals.
Yeah.
It's like a young chip, like little chippy.
Little chippies,
version.
yeah.
It's just like a random one-off, funsy story. Doesn't have any stipulations or stakes.
Mickey, you're flop sweating like you're about to go
I'm
to
all,
court.
next time we got to, probably put the temperature at 50.
I told you guys it
50?
wasn't. You guys didn't want to believe me.
It's
you guys
hot,
said I was
it
being a
is.
bitch.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I thought you guys were, we're Indian. We can handle the heat and shit.
That's pretty racial profiling right there.
Yo, that's the type of shit y'all was
What
talking.
do you mean, you people?
I'm sitting here right now.
I just need to pat myself every once in a while.
I'm sitting here living my
I'm
best.
having a tough time.
I thought you was from Africa, bro.
I feel
So?
like I am losing moisture
It's
from
hot.
my body. Like I'm like slowly.
It's dry heat, not wet, humid heat.
Shit, I'm
in
in
my
my
element.
element. You motherfuckers slacking.
So we're going back to the corners because we had the nice little.
Yeah, I just can't sit still in the hot tub. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know this is hard for me. Next time I'll take my Adderall ahead of time.
Hey, it's okay.
Adderall would help.
Adderall would help with posture.
No, just help me focus, and I wouldn't have to think about I'm just thinking about all. Yeah, I don't want to get into it.
Are you thinking about like
Are you thinking
toe
about
jam?
that we're like in a dude broth right
No,
now?
it's nothing like that. It's just
Dick-
like
dick soup?
I'm afraid that I'm about to have a really bad crap. I'm just going to yell like crazy right now because I feel like it's about to come on.
Oh, then get
Yeah,
out
well,
and
then
stretch.
definitely get comfortable.
No, I can't get comfortable right now.
I'm pretty comfortable.
I'm saying like if you need to get out.
Yeah, if you need to get out and stretch for a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I think the internet would pay money to probably see you get out and stretch.
Yeah, let's see them techniques.
Yeah, but you gotta stretch over there by the
But
light.
don't splash, don't splash.
Gently, yeah.
Cold water right in my mouth.
Did you just fart, bro?
Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna get this.
You know, I think whatever swim trunks you're wearing says a lot about you.
What does it say about me?
You're a dude, bro.
Paisley?
Wait,
Those are like board shorts.
Yeah, they're like board
Oh,
They're like
man,
board
I feel
shorts.
so
Board
good.
shorts. I feel
What
like they're
about
kind of dude, bro. Mickey, yours says that I wanted to wear shorts that look like I'm going golfing.
Okay.
I guess me and Serge are both brand whores.
Yeah,
No, his are basketball shorts.
Yeah.
These are Calvin Klein swimming trunks, baby.
Those are swim trunks. They look like basketball shorts.
See, anyway.
I don't wear no boxers under my shit.
Hit them with the 3 stripes, baby, out
I
here.
don't even know what this brand is. TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx got them shorts. Yeah, Mickey, show me shorts.
It's just, you
You wear underwear with these?
I do wear underwear. Because I just, it's like an extra layer. I don't know.
That's
What are you scared of?
weird.
What are you scared of?
I'm
You
not-
don't take your underwear off when you get a massage.
I'm not scared of anything. I think
That's normal. You don't have to take your underwear off for a massage. That's a
I'm
comfort
not.
thing.
I don't wear it because I'm scared.
Just 'cause
I
you're-
wear it because it,
What are you scared of?
it hugs the boys. You know?
Chris, you're just okay being butt ass naked
It
for too
keeps-
many different activities. Like, I'll react naked. I don't care.
Nah, I wouldn't do a naked reaction unless it was to porn and the first person that gets a boner gets shot.
That's a dark.
It depends what kind of porn we watch, 'cause it's unfair.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. We've mentioned porn way too many times in the first 30 minutes of this podcast.
I mean, we're a bunch of dudes in the hot tub now.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I would like to point out that mine was content, though.
This is what Dick Soup is all about.
Hold the cash in
Well, I hope you guys
I
are
want to see
enjoying
Cashew Nut.
hold cash in.
Oh, Cash, come here. Come here,
She don't like to be picked up by you.
Kashishka. Alright, what are you guys?
She's
Are you
in a
guys
cute
dressing your
shark
pets?
outfit.
No.
Yeah, Alu is a octopus and Gobi is a circus
Peanut.
conductor.
You guys want to meet a new breed of sharks?
You're not gonna dress Bodhi
I
up.
love Cash's face when you pick her up.
Marquetta?
She just opens her mouth.
This
like,
is a new breed
Oh,
of
apparently
sharks.
he's gonna be a
Vampire.
vampire. I missed that.
girl?
Go lower, go lower. It's
He's had his customers since last year.
Dana, 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 Dana.
Cash probably wishes she was an actual shark.
Well, boys.
Should we talk about the other thing that we should update? General channel
Sure, but we're gonna have to
updates?
get Pat back in the
Yeah, I'm
tub
coming
for
back
that.
in. I'm coming back
All right,
in.
can we do the
How
legs
was
thing
your-
again that we
how
were
was
doing?
your stretch.
It's good.
Did it
That
help?
helped a lot. Thanks, guys.
Helped a
The
lot.
floor is kind of slimy, if I'm being honest. Don't touch it with your hand.
You just
If I
gotta.
get
No,
it,
it's
just
just
give me my towel.
it's like all the chemicals that settled.
Yeah, no, I already touched that. I scooped that goodness right. at the
Yeah.
beginning.
We're just gonna get new water.
I can't tell if I'm getting dehydrated or hungry or both.
I am just taking deep breaths.
You petting me.
I just. Your head is shiny.
You're over 300 viewers.
Hey, look at that! What up?
Shout outs to all of you guys for putting up with what is essentially us making toxic waste.
Dixon
Look,
for the
I
soul.
can.
I'm gonna sell
I can
this.
backstroke in here, yo. Watch me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh, why are you so cold? Jesus. Don't get it in your mouth.
Oh no.
Don't get it in your
Yeah,
mouth.
dude,
No.
that's what I've been trying to avoid. And it's like right on the tip of my lips, and I'm just like,
Use your towel. Just here. Look. Just do a little pat.
no, I got my towel right here. Yeah, let's.
We're doing this for y'all. Actually, we thought this would be very comfy. Maybe we need like a
bigger hot
bigger
tub.
tub.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
All right, oh shit! I just came up with season 2. This is what it is, all right? See, here's the problem with season 1. I'm addressing this camera right here.
This is the premiere. Don't point out the issues
The
already.
problem with season 1 is that the hot tub's too small. We thought it was gonna be plenty big.
It's like
so.
tents. When it says 4-person tent, you really got to get like a 6-person.
So what we've been doing is we were like, we have to have the hot tub in the office. Nah. No one has a house. Now somebody's got a house. So what we'll do is we'll sponsor a hot tub for your house, but it's got to be huge.
Okay. Shit,
All right.
I'm fucking down with that.
Really? You're down with us putting a sweet ass hot tub at your house?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, like,
There we go.
I'm opposed to this.
I solved it. But here's the other thing: we get to use it whenever we
I
want.
mean, we could do this setup too. Like if we get a 6-person boy next time, you know.
Maybe we just do 2 of them next to each other.
Like that's the thing with camping equipment. When it says it's made for 4 people, it's made for it's like just big enough for like it's like sardines in a can.
It's like with
Man, my legs are
phones.
itchy now.
You got to order a bigger, a size
Get a
bigger.
little foot
It's like
scrubbing.
shopping for clothes from Europe. You got
Your legs are itchy. Itchy your legs.
Just because we're. Hey, look, I got a 2-person tent that works great. So, what's the last catching up thing we're talking about is the
Oh, yes.
So, y'all might have heard the grapevine. We put out an official statement. Naheed is no longer on the channel. We are still friends with Naheed. We still keep in touch outside, so we're cordial there. We had creative differences. He decided to resign back in mid-July, so he was still appearing on videos for some time after that because we like to backlog recorder stuff.
still gonna be on the solo video coming out.
Yeah, solo Star Wars reaction. But other than that, he's doing his own thing. I know that the statement sounded official. It's just for us to put out there because the video that was out was it had outdated information. It made it seem like he was coming back, so we had to just kind of
Which he was
make it
planning on
clear.
it, but then he changed his
Yeah.
mind. You know.
I think if anybody was like, I'm gonna go leave and do my own channel, you gotta put the statement out. Church could make a whole entire channel about like his banana fetish, and I'm like, man, I hope no one thinks that represents me.
Yeah. So
I like bananas, but not like that.
y'all don't know what you're missing out on. First of all,
I mean, we
Passing-
eat
I
them
like
regularly.
bananas.
You
ever
eat
had-
them hyper regularly.
You ever had bananas with chopped masala? I know you haven't.
No, I don't like chaat
So
masala.
good.
I'm a coconut Indian. I don't like chaat.
Oh my god.
What's chaat?
That's like
Chaat
it's
is a
like,
little fart powder smelling thing that you put in like pani puri and.
it's part of your DNA.
Oh.
It's like that tangy powder.
We should talk about foreign foods one day.
Yeah, we should. I don't mind pani puri, but I know what you mean. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
smelly.
like I
It's
can't
very-
just have like.
Yeah.
You
like,
just can't have just
sip-
plain chaat,
Sip
bro.
that whole bowl.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can't do
chaat,
that.
is that the stuff you dip the pani puri in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
that
the
sa-
liquid.
No,
Well,
no, that's not chaat. Chaat
Okay,
is
chaat
like,
is like a
it's
powder.
Okay.
But it has a similar taste. It's like tangy.
Legitimate
very
question
strong
for
tangy.
foreign food. If you weren't born in America, is all American food technically foreign food?
Yes.
Oh.
Is any
You
style
guys
that you
have
sit Indian
hamburger
style?
and hot dog, and that's all you have.
Oh, no, you guys. All right, I'm American.
Pizza?
Second. I'm
Pizza
black
is
first.
Italian.
That's my. That's from this, by the way. So let's steer back.
Yeah.
Um,
He's
yeah, we can't read the chat right now, so we imagine a lot of questions popping up. But You have to do the obligatory respect everyone's privacy statement.
I imagine
and
everybody's like looking for the tea, but like
There isn't much tea.
There isn't much tea. It really is just like, you know, he wanted to do his own thing, and we had a disagreement about like the direction of where we all wanted to go, and so yeah, you know, of course, you know, us as content creators and being faces on the internet and YouTube is rife with drama, so everybody's looking for the tea. But just keep in mind, you know, we are people too. You know, we're real people behind. You know, when the camera turns off, we have regular lives, so we do ask for a little bit of you know, privacy and what's the other word I'm looking for?
respect.
Professional
courtesy.
Well, I don't know if it's professional courtesy because
Yeah,
we're professional.
it's
not.
it's normal to want to know things as well, but yeah, it was creative differences that caused the split in the first place.
So,
But like we said, we still see him, so
We still friends.
We friends.
friends.
Yeah, that's it. Wow, that wasn't too awkward, was it?
well,
Yeah. What else do we got going on?
We got the highlight of the weeks.
oh yeah, weekly highlights.
Weekly highlights,
We
baby.
should do that.
hey, baby.
Baby.
Baby, I'll go first.
Spencer, those weekly highlights are going to be in VLC, baby.
VLC, will you pull up the Lucifer?
I don't know which ones are first. They're just going to go in whatever order they're
Oh,
already in.
my bad.
Nah,
we
man,
do
pull
whatever
it
order.
out. Pull it out.
While he's pulling up the highlights,
This has got to be
what about the
original for the show.
highlights of just regular things that happened this week? Like, you guys hear about the dude from, what's up? Let's do this. I want to talk about Rust. And like
Yeah.
that
Oh,
whole-
man.
Oh, I finally watched the Dave Chappelle special.
Oh, you did?
Oh, I did too.
It wasn't really a comedy special. It was more of a rant.
We're going to get into that
felt
too.
like a
Yeah,
Well, let's check out these highlights
We're
first.
gonna go through the highlights. Basically, guys, we're just gonna talk about reactions that are posted on YouTube this week. So it's nothing on Patreon. Try not to be too spoilery, but just things that we think you guys should check out.
So this is what Lucifer season 3 episode 17. Mm-hmm. If
Episode
you haven't
17.
seen it yet and you don't want to be spoiled on it, we're about to take a little gander.
It's called Let the Pinhead Sing.
Sweet, were you able to hook up that picture-in-picture and shit?
I just got a big. Hold on.
Oh God.
Oh no, I mean the picture-in-picture on the if you hit the on button for picture-in-picture.
oh, like so they can see it.
Yeah. So that way, if you look at Streamlabs, you should be able to see that it. Yep, back. All right, and play it up.
All right.
I would think so.
Count as copyright. This has got to be original for the show, right?
I would think so.
Oh my god. Yeah, watch this right
She had decoy?
Yeah, it was a decoy.
Why did she have a decoy? Jill's dead as shit. Jill's like way dead.
So is that a major character that you
Damn it, I want to rewind that.
So essentially, the reason I picked this highlight, usually in murder weeks are pretty, they're not exciting, murder-wise, they died pretty normally. But this time around, this girl legitimately got killed by a huge-ass firework. Like, you saw her
Like she got picked up off the floor,
Floor.
like, and so
That could happen, actually.
It's the type of show where like the murder of the week they happen upon the dead body, like you don't get to see the murder take place, so it was just very jarring. Like it felt like a Grand Theft Auto kill. Like,
like they just wanted to do something spectacular and over the top
Yeah.
this episode.
Yep.
There.
A little bit of spectacle with your murder, ain't nothing wrong with that.
it's a fun show.
It was a great show. If you guys already seen the show, you guys remember this is the one where Maze finds out about Linda and Armandale. Hopefully I said his name right. Amenadiel.
Sounds like a demon.
Yeah, oh damn! You know you listen for
No, Amenadiel is
an angel, but
Maze is a demon.
Maze is a demon.
Same difference, ain't it?
Angels and demons
Angels
are
and
same.
demons.
Pretty close.
Angels.
Anyway, so yeah, they find that out, and then she goes through her own little breakup, sorrow. This is
Sorry, go on.
go ahead. And this is also where Cain finally goes. He's not really a bro.
Of Abel and Cain fame?
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
Did you just say he's not a bro?
he's not a bro.
Do you know what he's famous for?
Killing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the
Killing his brother, so I mean, like-
so this is a DC show. It's based off some comics, but like
Got some supernatural
they
vibes
go,
to me.
yeah, it definitely does. I mean, they go into like theology and stuff, but it's kind of on a surface level, kind of, you know. It's cool. It's quirky. It's a weird show. You know, the characters grew on us. The couch is jiving. You know, I think when we first started, like Dammer and Spidey were still fairly new, but I feel like they're pretty well integrated now, and like, you know, just the group.
You guys had a character arc, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I feel like Dameron and Spidey, they have kind of cemented their regular occurrence on the channel now. Like, they've been on all the Marvel shows.
Yeah.
They were in Lucifer, The Wire, what else? Ruby,
Dragon Prince.
So, like, by now, I think
Bella Ciao.
most all of you know Dameron and Spidey, or have seen them enough to be like, who is that guy? But yeah, good for you guys, cementing your Lucifer, your Morning Star squad.
So this was just you know, just a funny moment where it was just like unexpected. It was just a funny kill. It was just, I don't know, you kind of had to be there. But
Also,
but check out our Lucifer reactions. It's really
Watching someone get blown up with a firework is pretty funny.
And
That was dope.
I've been playing the shit out of Hades.
Yeah.
Playing, and one of the guns, the rail gun, basically there's a hidden aspect for each weapon. And the hidden aspect is from some god or mythology that is not Greek mythology. And it's fun to hear the characters talk about it. So with the railgun, it's the hidden aspect of Lucifer. And like Hades, like, what is that wretched weapon you're wielding, boy? And I'm like, he's like, somebody named Lucifer. He also rebelled against his father. Like, it's cool.
Is that game kind of like a dungeon crawler? Like, does it kind of play like what's that old
Metroidvania.
like Contra kind of?
It's called a roguelite. So basically, it's the same 3-4 levels, but you use different upgrades, and the dialogue
but like
in the game is
the gameplay is like kind of like Diablo, like you know.
it's like dodging and hitting.
Yeah. It's like a 2D Kratos.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 3D, but like I know what you mean. It's just
It's fun.
It's fun.
Stupid fun. And it's like Soldier got it from me for my birthday last year, and she got me over the pandemic.
I think it's on Game Pass.
like I love Greek mythology and the dialogue. Like there's so much dialogue in the game. People who put 200 hours in are still finding new dialogue in the game. And like I said, there's aspect of Lucifer with the bow. I just unlocked the aspect of Rama, which is like a Hindu god. So it's cool to hear them talk about that.
Interesting.
So like that's really cool.
That's your main. My main weapon on there was the trident. I can absolutely get nasty with that trident.
That's Greek mythology.
I'm good with that railgun. The railgun is like OP now.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That's the first thing I escaped with.
Okay. I want to probably pick it back up.
Yeah, sorry.
Damn, I
Anyway,
need to pick it back up.
pivot. Yeah, I'll let you borrow it.
Let's
Actually, I
let's
can't
see
do
this.
that
Let's see
anymore.
let's see what's going on over here.
All right,
Turn around.
guys. We just started the first episode. It's either posting today on YouTube or it has posted recently. But let's settle in. It's the ending of the first episode of season 3 of You. So spoilers. Look away.
It looks like I got a freaking toupee on.
You do. Love is in the storage room with the neighbor lady.
Not the storage room. This is where you're gonna go die, girl. Jump.
Habits.
And plus, like the air vent. Pull. That's easy now. Put some somewhere else, motherfucker. Oh, please don't.
She
I don't know, bro. If you don't put this box, I see boxes yellow with the green panties. It's over. Oh God.
He even kept the bloody thing. I thought they were focusing on it.
What else is there?
Oh my god.
He took a whiff of it. Did he take a whiff of it? Oh no. She's dead. Why? I was gonna kill the hot women.
How does he find tampons so quickly?
Oh God.
Hey, you know tampons, Steve, because I need you to pull a couple strings for me.
They killed the hot woman.
Yeah.
They put an axe in her neck.
I just thought that was probably the
They
most
always do
comical
that
part of
too,
that
man.
episode.
Peach. Beth.
I forgot Beck. Or
Beck.
whatever.
Bex.
What was the name of the girl from season 2? I don't even remember.
Clarissa or Delilah.
Delilah. Oh
Hey
my
there,
God.
Delilah. What's it like in LA City?
Was he 1,000 miles away?
Yeah.
Did she look so pretty?
She did, but yeah, if you
Until
didn't
she
see
was
Mickey, Joe Goldberg was huffing panties while huffing another girl's panties.
While banging his wife.
Yeah.
So are you guys into the show now, or is this a hit?
It's fun.
For me, it's like I don't know. I love to hate it. I'm gonna keep watching it, even if at this point now I'm just in. If they come out with a season 4 and it's like we're not gonna react, so I'm like, well, I guess I'm watching season fucking 4. I'm just like,
Motherfucker, you know you like it. Stop saying
like
you
it in a weird way, though.
watch it. There's no such thing as hate watch. Okay, you like the show.
Really?
Nobody
No,
hate
no.
watch.
I'm hate watching you right now.
I hate.
Oh, you funny now. You got jokes.
I hate watch most of Sons of Anarchy.
That's a good show. Why do you? That's a good show.
It was okay.
How can you hate watch something like you? That's
Because
Kinda into it, man.
it's like a train wreck. Like you can't stop watching. It's so bad I gotta finish it.
That's your opinion. He hate watched Lost.
I didn't like.
Actually,
I'll
no,
say it.
Tears to my eyes.
I didn't
say
hate
it.
watch
I'll
Lost.
say it. I didn't like Sons of Anarchy. Like I know during that time, like the anti-hero was like the like you're supposed to root for the bad guy, but those people were like
Terrible.
as despicable as you can.
There's that one
possibly
sweet one shot.
Like Opie, like he was a favorite character. He was a terrible fucking person. He was a terrible person.
I didn't hate watch Lost. I didn't understand Lost. I got to the end and I understood it. It's because while watching Lost, I'm expecting a certain thing from a TV show that TV show wasn't going to give me, and it gave me something completely different, which is great character growth, and in my humble opinion, not a super solid story.
But great character growth. Pat finally learned the true ending of Lost recently.
Yeah,
Nikki corrected him.
Yeah.
I fucked up. My whole life, bro. I thought they were all just dead.
Fill us in.
No.
What was the?
The true ending is that they were just all on a separate island.
Well, they
That isn't
That's
true.
not.
they moved on together.
So
Wait.
They were in.
Can I-
Spoilers for Lost again.
They were
Cover
in-
your ears, guys, if you haven't seen Lost. But
they all
Yo, it's been long enough. You missed
naturally
the boat.
died
It's
when
on you
they
at this
did
point.
die in their regular lives, but they all waited for each other in purgatory, and that's what the church is at the end. Is them we're all waiting. They're like, we experienced this shit in
All
life
those,
together,
like,
and so
fla-
like
all
we're
those
through.
fla- all those flash.
See, that is dope shit.
so like, if you died right now, Mickey died when he was 80, Chris dies, lives to 100. Regardless, we all meet in the same plane because space time doesn't exist there, and then move on together.
That is dope shit. How come Lost didn't do a better job of explaining that?
They did an amazing job of explaining.
You know what I didn't like about it was that the man in black, man,
I don't want to be
he
waiting.
gets a bad rap.
He killed Son and
Listen, the man in black was like,
does, right?
He's
He was
like, I want to.
he was the only sane one.
because he was like, I want to leave the island, and Jacob's like, you can't leave the island. And he's like,
Yes.
why not? And he's like, because you can't. And then I was like, okay, so if I'm the man in black, I'm about to wreck shit because like you're not giving me an actual explanation.
I agree, Chris.
It's like if you woke up in jail and you're like, why am I in jail? And like, because you're in jail. And you're like, I want to leave, and you can't.
I thought the Man in Black was pretty reasonable.
You're right.
Until
I
we
mean,
started killing
so
people.
that's another
Yeah.
testament of the show that even the little evil incarnate had dimensions. You know, he wasn't entirely evil. Jacob wasn't entirely good. either.
I don't understand how he was evil incarnate if he was just like, hey man, just let me out there.
He just someone told him he was evil incarnate.
Let me out
Pretty
this
much,
bitch.
yeah. Someone was like, bro,
So,
you're
like-
evil. And he's like,
So
what?
is that
for
a
real?
nature versus nurture? Like, am I gonna turn out evil if you tell me I'm evil every day?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
All right, guys, we're gonna start calling Mickey evil until he chokes Chester. That'd be pretty evil.
Alright, what we got next?
Haikyuu. Okay, this is oh yeah, go ahead and play it. This was a pretty tense.
Turn it up a little
moment
bit, Spencer.
recently. I was missing for this reaction, but
Oh shit, you got called lame, bro.
日向はいつか小さな巨人になるかもしれない。月が日向に勝てばいいじゃないか。どうしてこっから先は無理って線引いちゃうんだよ。例えば。最近の月は
Oh shit, you got called lame, bro.
日向はいつか小さな巨人になるかもしれない。月が日向に勝てばいいじゃないか。どうしてこっから先は無理って線引いちゃうんだよ。例えば。
I have a deeper appreciation for it.
Yeah. What's number 11 name? He's an asshole, right?
Damn.
It's not, because there's not any reason to stop. There's always going to be a bigger fish. Damn. Shit got real, bro.
Count as copyright. This has got to be right for the show.
So-
right?
I would think
Why that scene?
Well, honestly, that was like probably the most intense moment I could find in that reaction. But like, it's a good show in the sense that like it's heartwarming, it's wholesome, but then there's like these like super intense moments, and I think that was like it's a good character development moment for both characters, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to bring subs and dubs again, but you see how intense it got right there, bro. Now imagine all the intensity you've watching Attack on Titan. I'm just saying, you gotta just at least hear the
Look,
at least hear
bro, J. Michael Tatum is a class act voice actor
Thank
as
you.
Irwin as
Right.
the dub. Like he is amazing. He's in
okay,
Full Metal
I guess
Alchemist,
I haven't checked
you
the
get-
dub out, so I'm being biased. I'm
Don't
being
mark
biased.
the artistry of like English voice acting. They have a hard job. Like they have to try to match the lips.
For sure. Which also
Right, you gonna shit on Steve Bloom, bro?
okay. Which,
Steve
no.
Bloom.
Okay, so I will pick on
Thanks,
because this happened in Squid Game too, right? I will pick on this. Why do we have to try to match the lips? Why? We already know you're dubbing over a different language. Like, I feel like
It's jarring when the lips don't line up.
I know, but like
You can't focus. I can't focus when it doesn't match up.
But that-
something in your
but then it
subconscious
seemed-
like sees it.
Then it seems like that's where all the mistranslations happen because we're trying to match the lips, right? It's like we know it's a different. I just don't get that portion of dubbing where like we have to match the lips.
I
Like,
think I watched and with the Star Wars stuff, I watched a bunch of them in different languages. I think the difference is that some languages lend themselves to being drawn out more, and English doesn't. The same with like German and Dutch. Like those didn't sound right in the dubs, but like Cantonese sounded good. Like Portuguese and some of the Spanish stuff even kind of sounded good. Even like the Nordic language, I forget which one it was, but I listened to it. I was like, man, that sounds good. And I just think that there's like a difference with that because every time people like subs over dubs, either way, it's like when internet shit on me, please, I know I need to learn to read faster. I don't give a fuck what you say. You're missing content when you're reading. That is a fact. You cannot read something and also take in the visual aspect of a picture at the exact same time. You can read it and then look at the picture. If the picture is 12 frames a second, you're going to miss 12 frames. And I'm sorry, every frame's a fucking painting. Like, I'm really trying to like be soaked into that.
You guys switched to dub from ReZero for that issue because the dialogue was coming in lightning fast.
Well, okay, that had more to do with the issue of like the speed of the sub. Like the subtitles were not entirely like, you know, like there was a bit of a delay or something. Like I feel like because like I would have loved to watch because ReZero got awards for their voice acting and that you know we did miss out on that aspect of it. But I don't know. I just but anyways, getting away from the sub dub talk, I picked this moment in Haikyuu because it's just like it's become just such an unexpected show. Like it's about volleyball, but it's as intense, if not more intense at times, than shows like, not saying better or worse, but I'm saying like they bring the intensity. Every single character is like just awesome, and you know, again, it's a.
Are you gonna be all right?
I almost slipped.
It's a group that usually isn't together, and we you know, it's another group driving well together. And also shout out to all our editors. You know, you know, Chelsea edits Lucifer, Dustin edits Haikyuu, and
Sydney edited you.
yeah, so you know they all I love to see everybody's styles and how they edit things, and yeah.
I would definitely recommend Haikyuu to people like some of our buddies in our text groups are like, "Are you watching that schoolboy volleyball show?" But
really good.
look,
It's so good.
it's like the most wholesome show we're watching right now, and one of my favorite shows we're watching right now for sure. Despite what some comments may think, I know like you know maybe we've been off the mark with some characters, but it's what happens when you watch in a group with friends. Sometimes you talk over something, sometimes you miss something. That's just the nature of our channel. It's always been. We get corrected later on.
But well, we get corrected later on because the comments. I'm sorry, man. There's a lot of hindsight knowledge being thrown at us, and I'm
Some of
like,
it,
you know,
some of it is warranted because we missed something, and like
Yeah.
we're bound to miss some dialogue when we're having fun up there. But the most important thing is we're having a lot of fun watching Haikyuu.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a really good anime. I really like how they intensify sports.
Yeah, I think anime and sports kind of go hand in hand. Makes a lot of sense. Just like anime and Star Wars went hand in hand.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Visions has been
Yeah.
fan. I don't. You know.
All right, run up that last clip for me, Spency.
What you got for us, Creed?
You got you.
got Korea?
Something we've all.
Oh no.
Holy shit.
Mike's here.
Michael, oh Michael, you're too young.
All right, so either Omar or the Ojo is one of them gonna die.
No!
It was a trap, bro. They were all waiting in here.
Holy fuck, holy fuck. Holy shit.
It was tall.
That's the tallest building.
Dude.
Bro. You just can't jump out the building and be survived, bro.
You
There's no way.
survived 4-story drop.
You lying, second shit.
bushes,
There's
bro.
no way. You break some bones, you break your legs. You lying.
He was taken out there for a while. He might have seen them bushes. What would you have done? Shit.
What would you have done?
Oh shit, you got called lame,
Bro,
bro.
I just can't believe that man.
That's a true story. That's the
Yeah, and
craziest
apparently he's like, I jumped out of the 6th story, and they're like, we can't put that in there.
That might be true, but yeah, literally
They're
the
like,
audience won't believe
no
it.
one will believe it. The 4th story is gonna be hard enough. I mean, look, if it's a bullet or a 4-story drop, actually, if it's 10 bullets or 4-story drop,
I'm jumping out the building too, but you ain't survived.
I think you. I mean, he just
Have you
climbed back
seen
in,
my
man.
ankles, bro? They're so they've already broken.
You gotta hit the bush and roll, bro. That's it.
Whoa. You just made fun of your own leg day? Damn.
No.
Damn.
We've come a long way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now you're self-aware.
So I picked that clip because it was hype, but also I thought the editing on it was really good. I think Dustin really chopped it up well with like Rena's like shock face and Serge just being like, Like everybody had like a little moment there, and I thought that was tight.
Man, I'm sad with everything going on. I fell behind on my things.
Wire dissertations.
The Wire reactions were hype, man.
Yeah, we're hype.
I really like that show.
I am very happy that show did the numbers because I really was like, man, this shit's gonna get
People
canceled.
still out here for it.
I was like, shit's gonna get canceled like season 3. I guarantee.
But
it.
it's like one of the like that's the type of show like if there's a time capsule like that's got to be in there.
If you don't know, we're done watching The Wire now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Patreon just saw the last episode this past week, so it's people signed up for our Patreon just for The Wire, so it still has the numbers as far as popularity goes. So if you haven't seen it and you know it's one of the cultural touchstones of
Dude, it's so good.
this millennia,
You would actually learn a thing or two.
It's
also still relevant, which is
100%.
not great.
Which is not a good thing. And that's yeah.
Yeah, Corey wants to watch it. She's like, "Is it depressing though?" I'm like,
Yes.
"Well, yeah."
But like in a different kind of way.
Yeah, it's not
Like
necessarily.
Haunting a Hill House was
Can-
depressing in a like visceral kind of way. This is like a.
Can we talk about the ending? Like quick opinions on the ending?
Yeah, the show's been out for a while. I'm assuming no one minds about spoilers. For that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's at this point.
So, having hindsight on season 5, because it's been a minute since I watched it, but with all the shit that's going on in the news, like I get that. I get having to sensationalize it. There's plenty of aspects about season 5 I don't like. I think that last ending montage is great. I think showing where a bunch of the kids end up at, a bunch of where the politicians end up, like where everyone ends up at, I think that's really good. I do a really good job at wrapping up the story. And I don't know, McNulty's Cop Week is pretty fun. There's shit I didn't like about it, but I thought they like landed they like stuck the landing, but like in the tumble before the landing, they did a bunch of dumb shit.
Yeah, some somersaults, some cartwheels, tried to break dance a little bit.
You're like, well, okay, that was all weird, but at least you stuck the landing, I guess.
Someone, I can't remember if it was a comment on Patreon, but someone said, "I've never seen so much love and fear and like wanting for a city, like the city of Baltimore. Like you can tell the creators love that city, kind of fear that city, or I don't know. Just basically, it's an impassioned like statement about that city."
Hey man, David Simon's coming back to Baltimore for another essentially Wire 2.0.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. That's gonna be insane.
I mean, that one's also gonna like The Wire hits close to home. This next thing he's about to do is gonna involve like the death of Freddie Gray and shit, and like the protest over the last couple of years, and it's gonna hit.
It's even more focused on the police, I believe, right?
Yeah. I mean, as it should be. Like that's one of the best things about watching The Wire is like the dissertation on the police, where it's like, hey,
it just
be a good cop. Lester's a good cop. Lester also smashed fucking Bird in the face with a glass bottle when he walked out of a building, which is against protocol, Lester. So like, they all don't give a fuck. Like they work with inside of that shit and they live with inside of it.
It was a very realistic portrayal of just like, nope, this is kind of how things are. It's just. It's hard to watch sometimes because it's just like so like ultra realistic.
When you walk through the garden, you gotta watch your back.
Yeah.
When I beg your pardon. Oh yeah, which season intro was your guys' favorite?
I like 5.
5 with Waylon singing. I like the kids.
I kind of like that R&B 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the one with the kids.
If y'all want like an extended Wire discussion,
That's
let us know. Maybe we dedicate more podcast time to it. And all in all our show reactions. If you want us to cover something more specific next week, like when we get some Naruto in there, we can.
I don't think I'm gonna have time for this, but I would love to go back and like finish like I think I left off at like 4x2.
Yeah. Wouldn't be too. I'm trying to do a video essay. I've got like the bones of it. I've done a bit of research on it. I'm gonna do a little bit more to see if it's viable, but I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be hefty. Not hefty in like length. Hopefully it's like 10 minutes at best, but
girthy.
It's about
thick.
What are you doing?
I guess that's still not. I'm sorry.
Put your other foot right here. They trap him. Yeah. How do you feel?
I feel like Weinstein sitting across from me. Listen to your job on the hut.
We're gonna need to get you stirrups.
That's gonna be a no for me, dog. So the essay is just about like The Wire and its like internal economy. Checking that out. We'll see. We'll see if it works. Who knows? Who knows? We're 1 hour. Right.
Hey, we did 1 hour in the house. That's pretty good, guys.
Hey.
So yeah, we were gonna talk about some stuff that was happening in the news.
Yeah.
Real quick before we move on to the meat. So the Rust thing, I don't know how much you I didn't fart, I promise. I don't know how much you guys have heard about that, but apparently the guy was the assistant director who was responsible for the gun safety, and he actually got in trouble before on a different film set for the same reason.
I'm
and
here.
like, yeah, I
He
don't
even
know.
admitted in an affidavit that he didn't check the gun properly. He's like, I mean, I kind of
Like he checked 3 and didn't know if the barrel was spun.
I'm
like,
hearing a lot of things coming out after the fact. Like there was this pretty well-known prop maker that was supposed to work.
Can you fill them in on what exactly we're talking about? 'Cause I
Right.
didn't
So
explain
on
it.
Rust, Alec Baldwin accidentally shot the.
What's Rust? Sorry to cut you off.
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Okay.
So Alec
Upcoming
Baldwin
movie.
accidentally shot the director,
Cinematographer.
The cinematographer and the director.
director of and Helena Hutchins. She passed away, and
These people actually died.
yeah.
Prop gun, someone put a real
Alec
bullet in.
Baldwin accidentally killed somebody on set.
Yep.
So it's a really big deal right now, and of course with like the protest going on with filmmakers like not being paid, like a lot of dark side Hollywood is coming out because it was an accident on Alec Baldwin's part, but he's also the executive producer, and now there's news of like there was a prop maker that like refused the job on Rust because he saw just glaring red flags because they wanted to cut corners. Because he was like, we should hire a prop maker and an armorer or something. Correct me where I'm wrong, but like they were essentially like, nah, we can do it with like less people. So like it's just Hollywood is always trying to cut budgets, and it's just like, hey man, if you have fucking guns on set, which I don't know why there was a live round.
So I know that.
And that's the thing, everybody's calling it a prop gun.
It's not.
It was a real gun because like there was.
What's the point of having any live ammunition on set? Like,
So
why have any
did you
live
hear like
ammunition?
all right? So what happened was that some of the crew was using the guns to like go plinking and like shoot cans like out in the back. So they was coming in with actual bullets, going out back and shooting cans and shit.
You do
and
that
then
with BBs?
No,
instead of checking the gun when it came back, like it just didn't get properly checked, so it still had live rounds in it.
Which is so stupid because like that's just like this is why everybody should know gun safety, whether you're against it or not. Like you should just like know how like the basics.
I mean, if you're out back shooting, you should return an empty gun.
I'm saying like people are calling it a prop gun, but the thing with actual prop guns is like they are built slightly smaller so that even if you try to put a real ammo round in there, it won't fit.
So they're just using actual guns, but they're shooting blanks.
So that was an actual gun.
Yeah, and they just like they even said that they found. I heard this on DeFranco last night that like when they found the ammunition and were going through it, there was even blanks mixed in with like regular ammunition, and it's like, yo,
it's just
like, are y'all actually? And that's why I fucking hate it because I'm always the stickler who's like, oh, you gotta pay attention, we gotta be safe, and like I guarantee if I was the one that said that, I said some shit like that, people are like, oh, bro, like shut the fuck up, it's gonna be fine.
I'm glad that Alec Baldwin is taking accountability and he did the right thing, like he's cooperating with the police and he's reached out.
Fucking shot somebody better.
He's reached out to the husband, like he's doing all the right things. But it's like, hey man, you're the producer on this fucking project.
It's the Swiss cheese. It's the Swiss cheese model. There were many points of failure that could have caught it. So it's from the AD, whoever was in charge of that, the producer, even the director, cinematographer at some point are supposed to make sure. But like when so many things are going on set, it's hard to do that. I think the fault is the person who was supposed to make sure that they were all prop guns. And but honestly, Alec Baldwin should, even if it's a prop gun, if you're dealing with prop guns at home, don't point it at people and fire it.
But that was the
you
scene.
just don't know.
The scene he was supposed to shoot it at the camera, and he like shot. That was the scene.
He was practicing like a quick draw because like that was the shot. So like he was practicing for that shot. But that's the thing, man. Is like if somebody hands you a gun and they're like it's unloaded,
that's why every single gun in our studio is a BB gun.
Don't take their word for it.
Worst case scenario, you get a BB.
It's really awful, especially for Helena Hutchins and her family. Her family, like that's just.
Kids.
It's sad, but I just hope that the silver lining here, with especially like the strides that we made in Hollywood, with everybody getting like fair wages and like all that. I just hope that continues to happen because. All these big franchises, man, they really are made off the backs of people that are getting paid like pennies a day in
what if I told you
in relativity,
all corporations.
That's the.
That's everything.
But like especially Hollywood, because I've done small PA gigs for like tiny commercials, and even those were like 12-hour days sometimes, and I got paid like $100 for it, and like it's like even the smallest projects can be grueling on like the lowest worker, and it's just like I can't imagine what working on a fucking actual like a Marvel production. Can you imagine?
Yeah, you're working like probably 5 a.m. call time,
Good
and then
God.
you're not breaking until 6 that day or later.
And sometimes if the schedule is off, like they're like, well, fuck, we got to push lunch, it's just like.
Or if the actor's like, give me one more, give me one more.
Right.
No, Chris Evans. I'm kidding. Chris Evans is cool. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Closer?
What are the comments saying on that?
Closer. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just a tragedy.
It
all
is
in general.
sad. It is sad.
Yeah.
I'm glad Alec Baldwin's doing the right thing, but this should have never
If
happened.
only if the Wire had season 6 and 7, they should cover the health institute, like healthcare institution, and
Jesus.
somehow Hollywood. I don't know. That would
But
be-
healthcare will relate directly to the street. I don't know how you're gonna get Hollywood.
Yeah, that was very tough one.
Hollywood could happen because, like, I mean, there's drug dealers in Hollywood, man. I mean, like, the game finds
It
its
wouldn't
way.
be in Baltimore. It would be a separate show.
Yeah, the game
That'd be
finds
a
its way
one-off.
to Hollywood for sure.
Watch BoJack for that shit.
All right. So
The Closer?
I watched it.
Chappelle?
Everybody really wants me to have an opinion on it. My dad was like, "Let me know when you watch it."
I have an opinion.
And hot take. All right, here's a hot take. Do I think Dave Chappelle is transphobic and like hates trans people? No, I don't. But I'm also not trans. So I look at it just the other way. If it was like Dave Chappelle got up and told a story about his trans friend who like didn't mind his jokes and like thought he was funny and died and could take the joke. I think comedy is hard to like censor. We're not really trying to censor comedy, but if like people don't like it, they don't like it. And then once enough people start affecting the bottom line of it, that'll be it, right? Like as long as Dave Chappelle's still making money, it's fine. But I also see it as like a ploy for him where he's like, watch all my other specials. Like this is a whole dissertation. Like you gotta watch all my specials, which yeah, my man's trying to, he's selling the specials and shit. But like I don't know if what he said was offensive. It didn't offend me. But also I'm not in that community.
I wildly disagree with his opinions. Like, about being a TERF and all that.
Yo, yeah.
I think,
is that a joke though? Like is he joking or is he being
not.
serious?
So like see, this whole thing would have been easier to defend if he was doing jokes the whole stand up. But at a certain point he pivoted to like a TED Talk.
Yeah.
And so what I think is once you have a certain audience, you do have some responsibility. Like I've said dumb things before and learned from my mistakes too. Like the baby. Like just because you're ignorant of it, you have a large enough audience that it's gonna cause a ripple effect and maybe ultimately sow violence against LGBT. Do I think Dave Chappelle is like spearheading that? No, I don't think he wants that.
Yeah.
He could be inadvertently doing it, and like there's several other talking heads or figures that these people who hate
Tucker
that
Carlson.
community.
Let's just go for a Tucker Carlson.
Sure, like if you're a LGBTQ hater, you're gonna have your echo chambers already that you're getting like hate speech from,
Right.
and like you're getting your fuel from.
Right.
If those people are getting it from Chappelle too, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's not Chappelle's intention, but like they're gonna get it from somewhere else if it's
Right.
not Chappelle.
And hold on, just because I didn't get to finish all the way. The one last thing I want to put on that too is that I think Dave is old. I think he's one of the goats in comedy who's still around, still doing shit. I think a lot of his older stuff was really funny. I laughed at a couple of the jokes during the Closer, but like it wasn't like a big like laugh riot for me.
Yeah.
And like I get it, like people standing up and clapping and like being hyped that he's saying this shit because they feel like he's speaking truth to power, but he's not.
Yeah,
He's literally like talking to the powerless. And I know there was a whole thing about punching down, but I think like Dave's an older dude who needs to take an older dude's standpoint and be like, I might be wrong. I might have been put off by this because I grew up completely different and maybe I should just listen, right? Because after so many people tell you shit, you can either go, that whole entire group of people is sensitive and I'm right, or maybe that whole entire group of people have something that I need to listen to.
Yeah.
And I think that he should be. And he's like, I'll listen to you guys if you meet me at a place and choosing of my time and watch all of my specials. And it's like, all right, Dave, but like, it feels like you're just showboating.
Yeah, some
now.
of that, again, it's hard to tell if he's like sarcastically joking or if he's really like, no, it's got to be on my terms.
I feel like he
whatever.
called himself a TERF, damn near. And I was
it's like, yeah.
Don't side with J.K. Rowling, bro.
It's very okay. So my opinion on it, I guess I'll agree with you. He's an old dude. I don't think he hates the trans community, but I do disagree with a lot of his opinions. I think they are dated, and he needs a little bit more education. But I do agree with him when he says that a good amount of the hate that he's getting is probably from people who are like, he said what? Like they didn't actually get the full context. So I know he's like selling his specials, like go watch all my shit. But on the other hand, I do think context is important. And if you're gonna you should have, both sides should have all the information, right? So I think what the special was more about is like him touching on like just cancel culture as a whole and like mob mentality as a whole. And that could take place within the trans community, any community, the gay community, any community. I think there is a tendency for a mob mentality. Now, of course, it's sensitive because gay and trans people are, like you said, powerless, and they've been on the shit end of things for a very long time, so they have every right to be angry and to voice their opinions. It's sensitive.
I mean, they're still getting laws made against them.
Yeah,
and like people are making jokes at the same time, and I feel like that's where it's fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
if somebody was in Texas making like crazy abortion jokes,
I was
gonna pose a question to Chris. I was just gonna ask. So like one of his arguments, like through his specials, comes out. He's like, it seems like Dave is upset that like gay people and trans people are making strides faster than black people. Which,
that's also what it seems like.
You know?
Yeah, but I mean that's also like it's true. And
It's
been
true.
the case.
It
But
is true.
he
So
shouldn't be upset about it because like it's just like when he was talking about the feminist movement and how they like sideline Sojourner Truth. Like that is all true. In fact, the feminist movement now still remains mostly like white women, and it's still like black women trying to get into it and trying to get pushed to the forefront. And that's a completely valid argument, but it's not like I'm mad at your movement because it's doing better. Like if anything, everybody's movement should be linking up to try to like the most amount of people get helped when everybody works together. So like I get where he's upset about it. And when he was like, you know, the dude was white, he was gay all the way up until he decided to be white by calling the police. It's like, yeah, I mean that's what everybody fucking does. I'll put on a white voice to get a fucking interview because I know it'll work.
And that was the joke where I was like, damn, he's not wrong there. You know,
I don't want. It's hard not to sound like a douche who likes to smell his own farts when you say this, but the art of stand-up comedy. I don't know if I have a place to say it. I used to do open mics. We're on YouTube. We try to make people laugh. So trying to find jokes. It's a whole art form of walking up to the line, right, or finding that line and not crossing it, but broaching it just enough, or like it's all in good fun. I think Dave Chappelle ultimately he wants to be an equal opportunity offender. He wants to make fun of Jewish folk, gay people. He wants to be able to make fun of every group, which is like the South Park defense.
Yeah.
At a certain point now, especially in the climate we're living in, he's become this beacon of free speech and comedy. So just because he says something, you don't have to watch it, right? And also another thing we as a society need to ask is, should we be okay with people that just disagree? There are people that believe abortion is killing another human. We accept that belief from them, right? So should we also just be okay that some people are going to be TERFs?
Until they start putting laws that are negatively affecting the people. You can believe that what you believe about abortion. It's a belief. It can't be fucking proven.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you should be taking away women's health care in Texas.
Oh,
you can think whatever you want to think about the trans community. That doesn't mean you should be voting bathroom bills in. You know what I mean? That's where the problem comes in, is that these people believe that shit, but then those motherfuckers also vote that shit.
Yeah.
And that's where, like, I don't care what you believe. I just don't put the vote in.
It's like the abortion laws in Texas.
I also think that like Dave coming out on the special, I feel like he had it in mind, like this is gonna be my last one.
He did say that.
He just went.
And
he's trying to get the attention, the controversy. Like he knew what he was doing.
I do see the deeper point of what he's trying to say, but because his views are so bad and dated, that he's also missing his own.
It sucks because I love Chappelle.
Yeah, I love Chappelle.
Like he's like one of my favorite comedians.
He's missing his own mark by. Like when he says TERF, if that was supposed to be a joke, is a terrible joke.
I don't think so.
And that's the thing. Like he's missing. I think people would be more apt to listen to him if
he knew what he was talking about. It feels like he doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and I know that he had a trans friend, but like, go actually get involved in a community, not just your one friend. You can't just have one black friend and understand black people because we're not a monolith. You got to go get involved in the community. And for him, like, he didn't tell any funny trans jokes, right? Like people are like, oh, did you hear? He said like the LGBT, like he said a whole bunch of letters. That's not a joke. Right, there's barely a joke. Everyone's heard that joke. And last night I was at stand-up and there was a trans woman who was doing stand-up and it was fucking funny and it was dark. And she said, I'll tell two of her jokes. One of her jokes she said was, which was really fucked up. She was like, you know, I'm pretty chill. I'll try anything once except suicide.
Oh my God.
I'll try that multiple times. And I was like, gee, the whole crowd was like, fuck. And it was a laugh, but it was a dark laugh.
Oh God.
And then the other one, she said, and I hope this isn't offensive. I'm repeating a joke that I heard last night for context of this, but she was like, there's no words in it. She was like, I'm gonna come up here and challenge your notion of if a woman can be funny. So if you do find me funny, like, and it offends you, keep in mind, like, I'm not a real woman. That's what she said. And everybody was like, it's kind of funny because like she's a trans person making like a trans joke, right? Yeah. I was like, oh, you can make that. Like a black person get up and make like a black joke. And then I just feel like if you are inside of a community, especially a marginalized community, and you get up and try to make a joke about that community, it better be fucking insightful. It better be like some deep, like, I was there. I understand it. You know what I mean?
and I
like
thought-
him mentioning the Stonewall games was like.
I think he was trying to be
old, man.
He was trying to be insightful at the end, and it was like, it did feel like kind of like a gotcha, you know, like.
He tried like stop punching down on my community. Like,
yeah, it felt like
the plight of the stand-up comedian versus the plight of
Yes.
the LGBTQ
It's
is
like-
vastly different
yeah,
things.
it's-
And like we can't speak on it because we're not in that community. So like I can't say how angry people are, but it's just it would have been easier to defend if he was actually telling jokes. I had no problems with any of Dave's previous specials.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen all of them.
Corey's like big. She's a gender health specialist doctor, so she didn't find his last few specials funny, but some other parts she still watched it, but she didn't find it as funny.
Mm-hmm.
I found it funny, but this last special was the one that like I finally like. All right, now you're not even telling jokes at this
Right.
point.
Yeah.
You're just sort of just sitting on a
He's
soapbox.
kind of become almost like a public speaker at this point.
that grumpy old
at this
man.
point, yeah.
Grumpy old man yells at clouds.
Yeah.
I think Dave's a little bit out of touch. That's all. Like,
Dave,
And
come on,
and
you were
that-
one of the goats.
And that's
man.
gonna
He
happen.
was.
That's gonna
Yeah.
happen though.
It's good. Yeah, it happens with age, but I mean, he's one of those people that if he could actually sit down with them and like they have a good meeting, maybe he does come out on this
Yeah.
learning something, teaching everybody else that believes the antiquated thoughts.
I do-
when people being like, they coming after you, and it's like, well, like,
Who's they?
When people are saying shit like this, like you're hyping it up like it's this boogeyman, like the trans agenda. It's starting to sound like motherfuckers are talking about like the gay agenda. Guess what? They do have an agenda, and it's called being treated equally.
Yeah, but
that's the agenda.
I think Dave's biggest problem is that he has resentments about like, you know, one cause is doing better than the other, which is like
It's the plight of the
it's a
African-American
fucked up
too,
way to
yeah.
look at it, but like I mean he's not wrong, but then you know it's like like you
But
said
should you- yeah.
we shouldn't be thinking about it in
Yeah.
those terms.
You should be happy that one group is getting their due, because I mean that
and
just
then we
means
can work
like
together, show up
yeah.
at marches twice as strong.
Then they'll come for you. Like
They'll
they'll
be
help
at our
you
march.
out.
Like
you know?
we
Yeah.
can link up, fucking minorities across America to actually get some goddamn change in this country.
Well, that was
Heavy.
heavy stuff. If you disagree with one of us, just know that we all are sharing our opinions here.
Yeah.
So all kosher,
We
all
can have
kumbaya.
different opinions, and you know, if we got something wildly wrong, educate us. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to you
This
know,
is-
in
yeah.
hindsight, saying I was wrong.
I have conversations with Corey all the time about like gender and sex stuff because she sees patients that want to transition, and she's the one that ultimately decides whether or not like you should receive hormone treatment and yada yada. So I'm always asking her like, well, you're born with a dick, so like your sex is male, and then she's constantly educating me.
Yeah.
That, like that's sex and gender are also different, and like what you identify as is just what you are. Is it that hard to call someone Tom, Dick, or Harry, or
Right.
they,
Derek
her,
Harris, Tom,
him?
Dick.
Like if this is what they prefer, you're their friend. Like you're gonna call them that. Like it's not. You're not going wildly out of your way.
That's what I was
and
telling people. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if someone's like, we call people by their nicknames. You meet somebody for the first time, and they're like, "Oh, my name's Christopher. Please address me as Chris."
You can call me the game.
Right? Probably. If you want to be called the game. There's a dude who in school wants to be called the dragon. But like, you know what I mean? It's like the same type of deal where people are like, I don't have to abide by this. It's like, no. Only thing people are asking is that like you respect other humans, and if someone's like, I want to be called this, it's like, all right, that's fine as long as it's like I'm comfortable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, what? Just, you have pronouns that you go by? Tight. Doesn't bother me. You need to know how to address your ass in case I need some shit from you, but that doesn't affect my fucking life.
I do feel bad when
Half the people in this pool gave me different names from the real names the first time I met them.
CJ.
I like to respect people's pronouns as well, but I feel really bad when like somebody prefers they them and I fuck it up because like it's not even like that I don't want to do it. It's just like a grammatical thing. It feels weird.
I mean, it's gonna take us to get used to that. Doing
grammatically
it
it feels weird, but I don't mind doing it. But it's just like I forget to do it, and I just like I feel bad when I forget to do it because you know I want to be respectful to people and their beliefs, but you know it's like I think.
It's good to feel bad. You don't need to feel too bad if you apologize. Like, hey, I'm still getting used to.
Yeah,
used
but
to
I
this.
think maybe like for some people like maybe it's just like grammatically weird, you know. But like it shouldn't be, but it's just like it just you know my brain is like oh, I'm talking to one person, but I'm referring to them as a they and a them. And it's
But
just,
even grammatically, you say they sometimes when referring to someone.
right. But you're usually
Like if Chris like went to go take a shit and like where is he? I think they're.
Yeah, I think they're taking a shit.
They're taking a shit in the woods. I guess you would think of it as a group of people sometimes, but
I mean for Chris, I would say he's taking a shit in the woods.
You would say he, but like if you had to switch it to a they, I know. It's
I know
like,
what
if
you're
the
saying.
conversation's
You-
ongoing,
you
you
do
can
use
switch it.
you do use they and them referring to singular people sometimes, but it's usually when they're like absent, right?
yeah.
But like
I mean, it's a thing to learn. I was hanging out with
it's a, I'm still learning.
a friend, I think.
I'm trying to be as good about it as I can be. I don't have many friends that prefer they them. So,
Well, we'll get more.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed our little talk about
Gender politics in America.
and identity politics, and hopefully there's not seething hate in the.
We just
in the
ended.
chat. Spencer, is there seething hate in the chat?
How's the chat doing?
We're down.
It's fine.
We're down. We're down to 2 viewers.
We're down to 12. Should we go through with our last segment of the day?
Yeah.
Talk
I'm
about
personally, I don't know. I'm like super pruned.
Cooking?
Me too. I'm actually I'm not that racist.
Low key.
Did you guys ever see that?
Try sitting up here for a little bit.
Did you guys
That's
ever
good.
see
you
the
want some
movie?
sides?
No, I'm good. You guys ever see the movie?
On camera.
I said I was good, and you should put your whole life. Oh my God, Jesus!
Sitting in your lap.
Why are you so cold? All right, I guess we're switching sides forcibly.
You want to switch sides?
Hold on, real quick. You guys ever see the movie?
Careful not to ass down too hard.
You guys ever see the movie Hall Pass? Where he passes out in the hot tub.
Bo Burnham.
Is that?
I almost passed
Hall
out.
Pass? Is that the one where the wives give?
Yeah, you give him a hall pass, but he also goes to like a spa. He goes to a gym to try to catch up with the Australian chick, and he passes out in the hot tub from being in there too long, and then he just gets like 2 dicks in his face. It's really weird.
Well, I thought that was a movie where the girl shits.
It is the same movie.
That's the one with Owen Wilson, right?
Yeah, Owen Wilson and what's his name?
Ted Lasso.
When
Jason
did
Thunderberg?
that movie come out?
Jason
Or
Sudeikis.
was that like
Jason
Thunderberg.
Was that mid-early 2000s or
I don't know.
Late 2000s.
Late 2000s. It's just crazy the type of humor that was popular back then. Cause like, you go back and watch some old movies and then you realize like the humor back then was like gross humor. Like I don't know. It's just funny how humor evolves through different.
Oh yeah, like
different periods of
someone is
time.
gay and they're like, that's funny.
Yeah, like
I'm like, that's stuff that used to fly.
or specifically like early 2000s was about gross humor. Like it just
Yeah.
gross-
Judd Apatow movies I feel like still hold up.
They do.
yeah. Gross humor in the sense of like Stifler eating a dog shit,
But he also drank come out of beer once.
Yeah.
Oh God, he did.
Yeah. Pat, your sports segment.
Yeah, so we're doing a sports segment because, there's a lot of normies out there that don't know much about sports, but they want to impress, the special lady, special guy on a date, or, Uncle Joe at the next family gathering.
I hate my Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe's terrible.
Uncle Joe's not terrible.
I am Uncle Joe.
Or just even be more confident at the water cooler, be around sports. So I want to cover 3 topics each week. And today, it's going to be about college football, the NBA, and then the NFL.
I don't know shit about college
So,
football.
college football.
Go Orange.
Go Orange.
Yeah.
Syracuse. Yeah,
Go
Alabama, Roll Tide, Roll
Roll
Tide.
Tide.
Roll Tide. I know Roll Tide.
You know Roll Tide?
You don't know.
So what's the longest game that you guys watch? Any match?
Buckeyes.
5 overtimes. I had a date that night, and I was working at a place where I was a sports announcer, and I did not go on that date.
What was it?
It was the Colts lounge bar downtown,
You
and
were
it
a
was
sports announcer?
it was college. It was during college basketball, and I think it was actually Syracuse and like Villanova or somebody like that.
Oh, dope.
And it went on super long, and I had to text a chick. I was like, I'm never gonna leave work, and they just kept going in overtime. I was like, well, that's my life.
I think the longest one I've ever seen was maybe like two
There's something weird
overtimes.
on the floor.
That's my butt.
That's my butt.
Actually, Pat, you should switch. Because sometimes you're standing up and you might be blocking the camera.
Two
So,
overtimes, I think.
2 overtimes.
I don't think
double
I've
overtime,
seen
I
it
think.
egregiously long.
So this
OT.
past weekend, we had a college football game going to 9 overtimes.
Jeez,
Is that,
I
even,
left.
is that even allowed? I mean,
Yeah,
I
it
guess
is. I'll tell you how it's going to be allowed too here. So 9 overtimes. This is in the history of the making of all college sports.
Unprecedented.
Yeah. Well, and then the funniest thing was like college football overtime is already pretty long sometimes, and they even try to shorten it down, but still went long. And I'll touch on it why.
Who were the
So
teams?
yeah, the teams that was playing was close by Illinois Fighting Illini versus number 7 Penn State Nittany Lions, and the big implications for this game was that it's a Big Ten rivalry game, so it's a big divisional game.
Mm-hmm.
Also, an unranked team beats number 7 team in the nation.
An upset is what they
It's
call
an upset.
that. I know
Oh,
things.
the underdogs.
Yeah, and 9 overtimes, and usually
So that means no one scored a touchdown. Because isn't college football first person to score a touchdown? That's it, or did they get to match?
So
They get
they,
time in.
they get a match. So college football and NFL is a little bit different. So college football overtime is like both teams get an opportunity to score. Okay.
NFL, it's first one who gets
First one to get served. 2 wins. It's a score. Both team gets an opportunity to score, but they start from the 25 yards. So there's not a kickoff or anything like that. You start straight from the 25-yard line to score a touchdown. You get 2. So it went to overtime. Both teams scored in the first overtime. Second overtime, both teams did the exact same thing from the 25-yard line. They scored. And then after that, this year the NCAA changed the rule. This is 2021. They changed the rule where overtime beyond the second overtime is going to be where there's no more going from the 25-yard line to score a touchdown. You're just going for 2-point play. So you know what 2-point play is in football?
Yeah.
So each overtime is a 2-point play. So the third overtime, both teams converted
2-point play, like
2-point conversion. They just got to run it in from like is it
so
10?
They got to run it
from
in.
the
It's like
5.
and they both still matched until
all the way to the 8th overtime. Well, 9th overtime. Sorry, the 9th overtime. And when Nathan Lyons coming to get this over the second play conversion,
They were tired.
They were tired.
I mean, the audience was tired.
So this game
text
took
me.
60 minutes of regulation, 2 overtime periods starting at the 25-yard line, and then 7 periods of the 2-point conversions.
How long of a game was it?
2.5-hour game.
2.5-hour game.
That's pretty cool though.
But so if you want to really impress, that special person, ask them because right now this is a big topic going on around the sports, especially college football, especially after this game, is like, should they change the overtime rules to like the NFL? Because the NFL is a lot easier and simple. The NFL is you only get 1 period of 10 minutes. So after that 10 minutes, if both teams don't score,
It's a draw.
It's a draw. So the first and also in the NFL, it's like the first team. So let's say when you get the ball, when you do the coin toss and win the coin toss, if that team scores, then the game is over. But and then if the 2 teams get field goals, and there's not much of a back and forth, and that's why they need to do more of a sudden death type of play.
Spencer, chime in.
I was gonna say that part of the reason why they do those shorter overtime periods is to reduce number of snaps and reduce injuries. But I think the quarterback from the Illinois quarterback got injured during those periods, and they had to bring the backup quarterback as well. So their rule to stop injuries created an injury.
Well, okay, so you said this was unprecedented, right?
God, oh my God.
I'm finally moving.
You said this was unprecedented, right?
Yeah.
Well, then, I say let's keep the rules the same. Let's let the young whippersnappers play hard. Let's see if it happens a few more times.
Nah, man, football is a very dangerous contact sport as it is already. Don't hurt our young minds. They're in college.
Hey man,
smashing into each other.
It was their choice.
But you also got to think about the fans.
Nobody forced them to play.
No, the fans. The fans are obviously, we want to see a good game, and I was reading some comments because I didn't get a chance to watch the game live, so I was going back and watching the highlights and reading some comments, and some of the fans were really complaining that because again, people are traveling, so the travel gets delayed. They got babysitters, so they got to pay extra money for the babysitters. So like it's also for the fans who are like,
you love football? You got too much football?
Yeah, come on. That's your personal life.
Just leave early.
Yeah.
If your child needs to be relieved.
That's a personal life
Right? You leave
decision.
early and then you find out what happened. You don't have to watch it all.
I'm not gonna yell at the coach and be like, my 2-year-old has been waiting for dinner for 6 hours. You son of a bitch. End the game. Like that's a you problem.
It's like, mommy, someone's in the house. Like, I'm sorry.
It's the 6th overtime.
There's 7th overtime.
This is unprecedented, kid.
So you guys would definitely just drop the
leave.
the game.
I would leave.
100%.
I would probably I'd probably leave.
I would just. I don't know if I would.
I mean, if I absolutely had to, I would leave. But obviously, it's an unprecedented thing. I would love to be there.
Yeah.
After the third one, I'd be like, I'm out of here. I'll tell people that I was here at the beginning because I just don't give a fuck. Like, and I need something. My kid needs to be playing if I'm going to be staying there.
This is why you need this segment.
If my kid's there playing, then yeah, sure, I'm invested. But if I'm just there watching it, because people are like, if you guys are like, hey, you guys want to go to this college game? I'm like, yeah, sure. We get there and it's like the 5th overtime. I'm like, this is a joke. I'll be at the bar.
Even if my kid was playing, I'd just be like,
y'all are lame.
I know.
Yeah, I don't sports much. I would dip. I would go drink.
My next one.
we go to the tailgate outside.
Yeah,
Tailgating is fun.
y'all catch me outside.
Tailgating is actually really fun. I love tailgating.
Why don't we tailgate this year?
I'm down. This Sunday they're playing. Let's go.
Yeah,
you want
Tailgate.
to?
I'm down.
Halloween tailgate. Can I wear a costume?
Yeah, you can wear a costume. Let's go. Yeah. I'm down. Let's do it.
Tailgate.
Okay. All right. So then our next one is. Do you guys know who Kyrie Irving is? For you, Uncle Drew. You probably know Uncle Drew.
I know Kyrie Irving. I didn't watch any of those movies. I know Kyrie Irving though.
You know
he thinks the
Kyrie
world's
Irving?
flat.
Oh shit! You got it. I was just gonna ask you.
He thinks the world's flat?
He truly thinks the world is flat.
Cash is caught in the headphones.
Don't. You good. So yeah, Kyrie Irving is a famous basketball player. He's also a big conspiracist.
Famous idiot.
Yes, he is. He loves conspiracy theories. That's the next. I do too. I like conspiracy theories, but they gotta make sense. And one of the things is he also thinks the world is truly flat. Like some people were thinking, some people were like, "Hey, you're just joking, right?" He's like, "No, it's flat."
So you mean a famous person who flies around the world?
Tell him to watch Behind the Curve, where flat earthers
disprove it themselves. I love that.
Disprove it themselves, and it's the funniest thing. In the fucking world.
They waste $25,000 at the end, and he's like, "And now if I open this box and the numbers say this, it means the world's round. Let's see what actually happens." Opens the box and the numbers say it, and he's like,
cut the camera.
Like, literally waste $25,000.
That's crazy.
It was the greatest. Bro, I watched half of. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I watched half of that documentary thinking like it was like an intentional parody, and I was like, oh my god, this is a real person.
So I haven't seen that. I need to check that out.
It's amazing.
So basically, discount all the athleticism Kyrie Irving has put out.
100%.
He's that guy.
He's that guy. But anyways, he's actually really good basketball player, famous. He got a shoe deal, made a lot of money, still makes a lot of money. But now he's against vaccinations. And in the state of New York, it's mandated to get vaccinated to play. And there's many players that were against it, but they slowly came around because they need to make pay money and whatever. And so they took the vaccinations. Like Andrew Wiggins, he finally took the vaccination and he's playing. And he's actually thankful that he took the vaccination. But Kyrie Irving, he wants to be that guy that gets the spearhead to be and he went on Instagram saying that he wants to be the voice for the voiceless. And this is where, in my opinion, I think this is just complete bullshit and hog water. This guy has made millions of dollars in the past. In the past, he's made he's gonna lose $17 million this year for not playing at all in some of the endorsements, but he's made so much money already. And when he says he wants to be the voice of the voiceless, the voices are the people who are low class to low middle class, who are probably making $12 to $15 an hour or a very low salary, and if their job mandates to get a vaccination, if they don't get it, they're going to get fired regardless, and they probably won't be able to come back.
Yeah,
if
they don't have
the luxury.
They don't have brand deals and sponsorships.
Yeah, they don't have that kind of luxury, and he wants to be the voice, which I just completely think that's, in my opinion, I think is bullshit because he can't really. The only voice he's projecting is helping out is the right wingers, and they're really pushing him as a poster boy child for them right now. And
it sounds like typical celebrity pretentiousness.
And on top of that, for me, it was like, if he's really trying to be the voice for the voiceless, hey, he has so much money, he made so much money. Put that fund out there, pay those people's bills, so they could continue not to work, and then
or use all that money to do his own research.
Yeah, just do a Google search.
Well, we're not even Google search, but again, if there's also people that don't want to take the vaccinations for whatever reasons it is, but set up a fund to pay them. Or make sure they don't, because people are actually losing their jobs because of these mandates.
Bro, that's socialism.
I was talking about the flat Earth thing, which is okay, so I subscribe to some conspiracy theories, but usually with a conspiracy theory, it's like, ooh, this is believable because there's a motive that's believable. Who gets anything out of the Earth being flat?
Satan.
What?
That's what it literally all the way boils down to.
What is the motive? What? It's even if they were true, even if they were, one day we found out the Earth is flat, I think everybody would be like, oh, well, shit.
But
my mind would be blown back.
It's Satan. Literally, these people at the end of the day, at the end of the carrot on the stick, at the end of all of that, it's like the devil has lied to you and told you that the world's flat. Because if you read the Bible says, or lied to you and told you that the world's round. That's what it gets to. That's why it doesn't have to be baked in actual science. Because I can take you to Lake Michigan and prove to you that the world's round.
Well, I remember in the documentary they were saying we're gonna save up for a cruise trip to drive to the end of the world, and I'm like, did that happen? Somebody record that, please.
Right?
Vlog that daily.
Well, because the world's round, they wouldn't know. They would literally get to Antarctica, and then they would get to Antarctica and be like, that's the ice wall. And then they would go around Antarctica and be like, it's still the wall, and they wouldn't realize that they ended up back in the spot they started from.
They'll still prove it.
The only way to prove these people wrong is to shoot them in the fucking space.
And even at that point, they're gonna be like, well, the vacuum, it messes with your cornea.
Right? The screens were replaced in the windows.
Even if you shot them into the vacuum of space, it would be like,
it doesn't appear flat in your visual.
Yeah.
Let them do a spacewalk, and they're like,
the lack of the atmosphere makes it.
All right, so Kyrie's kind of fucking up.
Yeah, he's fucking up. And again, the whole vaccination, I just wish he would have set up some funds, but he's not even doing that. To my knowledge, he hasn't done that. So that was my biggest gripe for him, just be the face.
Talking the talk, not walking the walk.
Not that. And then also in sports, your whole thing is like, as a good teammate, you got to be there for your brothers. The team invested a lot of money in him. They brought a superstar to help them win their first championship this year, and for him to do this when everyone on his team took the vaccination. Like as I played football before, I played through injuries just so I could be out there with my teammates and play and fight through injuries so we could get that W together. For him, he doesn't that just shows selfishness, being a bad teammate. And just think how his teammates are taking this. Like we spent so much money this year until we could win, because right now they were favored to win the championship, the second favorite to win the championship, but now it's jeopardized because the key integral part for the team is not going to be playing this.
Maybe he just wanted to retire and he's using this as the.
I don't know, man.
to say
With his views, he also seems like the kind of celebrity that probably would blow through his money pretty quick.
Yeah, I feel like if you are willing to believe in any conspiracy that like can't be proven, that you're gullible, right? Like motherfuckers can sell your ass anything.
That's true.
Like if you can believe that the fucking world's flat and you believe that the vaccines are bad for you, bad. You're a rube. You can be taken. You can be had because you've liked the critical.
I mean, some people are wary about the vaccine for their own like generational reasons. You know, oh look, it's Ziggy.
Oh hey! Sid. Hey, you gotta answer a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean for Halloween?
Answer us a riddle 3.
I have to answer it in a riddle?
No, you just have to tell us what you're gonna be for Halloween.
Chun-Li.
Oh. Hey, also, they feel bad that you didn't invite them to your Halloween party.
I sent you guys all the invitations.
Boom.
There you go.
You did?
So, where are you at?
All right, we'll be
It's not
there.
even my Halloween
It's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Hell yeah.
It's at Locker.
I get to go to 2 Halloween parties. I'm excited.
Any other sports?
Yeah, I just have one more question for you guys.
Sports ball?
Yeah, it's a sports ball one. So, what team do you think that was in the last 2 Super Bowls and won the 22 Super Bowl? Which team?
Wait, what?
Who was in the last 2
Who
Super Bowls?
was a team that was in the last 2 Super Bowls and also won in 2020?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers were in the last Super Bowl.
Patriots?
Last 2,
Patriots?
and then won in 2020.
The Ravens.
No.
Patriots?
No.
Bucks?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Colts.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs. The Chiefs were in the last 2 Super Bowls and they won in 2020. And this year, right now,
Hey, close the door. Quiet on set.
Wait, aren't they just called the Kansas City Football Club now?
no,
No, that's Washington.
that's Washington.
I'm sorry.
We need to have a topic about that too, one of these days.
Fucking idiots.
They are idiots, bunch of idiots. But anyway, and I think the Kansas City Chiefs need to also change their name too.
What's wrong with Chief? I'm sorry.
Well, they wear the feathers and stuff, and I think that's.
Oh yeah, they do still. Yeah.
So I think they need to change that. If Washington has to do it, I feel like Kansas City should do it too as well.
Damn,
But anyways,
I forgot we had Chiefs and Redskins.
You know, we're gonna exterminate your culture and then make them football teams. You're a mascot now.
your mascot, essentially, that's ridiculous. But anyways, right now they're 3-4. They're tied last in their division, and they exactly have the exact same team as the last 2 years, and everyone's dumbfounded how they're doing so bad right now. And it really just comes down to Patrick Mahomes not taking care of the ball. You had Patrick Mahomes in your fantasy team. Remember how good he is.
I was like, I recognize the name.
He's the Chiefs quarterback.
Chiefs quarterback.
He was Mahomey.
Was that your name? Was your fantasy team name?
No.
Oh, that would have been a good fantasy team name.
Looks like Mahomes doesn't have the cojones.
Oh. But right now he had threw 7 interceptions in already 5 games, sorry. And last year only threw 9 in all 15 games. And he's just struggling right now.
Did he have an injury or something?
No, it's just
Is he just bad now?
he's not bad. His offensive line got hurt, a little banged up, and he's just doing a little too
Was
much.
he going through a sad boy phase?
Probably because he's been winning so much, and he's going through a sad boy phase. And a lot of
Because he was like the dude.
he was the dude. He was the MVP. The face
He's
of the
no
league.
RJ3.
You know RG3. Robert
He was
Griffin III.
the former quarterback for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
There's only one the dude, and his name is
Lebowski.
Lebowski.
You know, Serge, I might be willing to be naked in weird places, but you have no sense of personal space.
Listen, I'm sorry, I just needed to stretch.
You're just
needed to stretch.
gonna hem pat down with your toes.
I wasn't bothering nobody.
You look like
now.
you was about to give him one of those real seisty ass lap dances.
All right, so quick recap. There was a 9 overtime game between the Lions and someone else.
Penn State
Fighting
Penn-
alumni.
Yeah,
And the Fighting Alumni?
Alumni.
Alumni.
ILLNI.
Alumni.
Okay. Oh, the short for Illinois.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
I don't like that. And then Kyrie Irving's kind of a doofus.
Yeah.
And Patrick Mahomes is
He's
not
struggling.
doing well.
He's not doing well. It's still early in the season, but I don't think they'll make the playoffs this year.
All right.
Well, now we know things. Now you know things too, hopefully.
Yes, and hopefully you're more confident talking around the water cooler now.
Woo! Because you have a water cooler where you
Yeah.
work at.
We all talk. You can't talk unless there's a water cooler present. Do you think we have time for comments?
Let's do some comments.
Hey, Spencer, do me a favor. Hit the direct button on there on the far right. My bad. Yeah, the far right. Yeah, there you go. All right, thanks. That's all. I can see all the angles now, so that way I know if I'm in shot or not. I mean, I wanted to.
Spencer's got.
I wanted to see. We were just looking at the Haikyuu thing for too long.
Shout out to Spencer. He's gonna be our Jamie from the Joe Rogan podcast. Hey, Jamie, could you bring that up? Jamie, could you do something?
Okay, you know what? It appears that we're all gonna stare at ourselves if you put that there. So let's just not do that.
No, I was waiting for the comments.
Yeah, I went for a comment, but you know.
Hit 1.
Leave it. I like looking at myself. Me too.
No, not that one. Hit 2. Hit 2, or you just hit. All right, but yeah, but now. Do you see how we're the stream scene? Yeah, there you go.
All I see is myself.
All right, pull the comments up.
So guys, basically what we did is, what I did is I snippeted the top comments from Dune, Lord of the Rings, and Squid Game.
We're gonna go in that order, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So listen, this is just like whatever comments I felt were the most interesting for us to talk about. Those 3 things just ended for us on the channel, so we figured talk about them right now while we get the chance. Hey, relax, everybody. Only one person needs to read the comment.
Oh, okay. Oh, can I do it?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, that feels good.
This is a comment about Dune. It's from what?
The mic might not catch you.
Oh,
hold on. Actually, your mic needs to be spun just a bit. Don't you spin it. Let Spencer do it. Your hands are wet.
It is a story of a girl. Okay. All right. So this is about Dune. It's from Mark Root. The engines of the guild ships fold space instantly, so travel is brief, but navigation is really hazardous without knowing the safe path. Spice lets the navigators envision the safest path. Wait, it's kind of cut off.
Yeah, that's it.
It allows them to look into the ship's possible futures. Yeah, so that's crazy.
That
makes
so that's
sense.
How they space travel.
Spoilers.
There's a couple of things that they didn't have.
They didn't say it in the movie.
They should have, because they do cover it in book 1. So like Spice gives you kind of these like powers almost, and that's kind of what happened with Paul. The Spice kind of kick-started his powers, the Bene Gesserit powers he had. So yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So because I didn't know if Spice was directly related to like, you know, if that was the fuel or
well, that's what I was interested in, like how they were using
it. But looks like, so yeah, there's some fuckery there because like they're going into like possible futures, not a direct path, but it's just like, hey, this is what might happen.
Yeah, well, you see, if I point the ship this way and then I have a glimpse of the future of the ship blowing up, all right, that won't work. So you point it the other way, and you're like, oh,
which is
that appears
crazy,
to be the one.
Man. That's pretty cool.
I love the world of Dune already.
I really love it. I hope
is it in space?
Yeah, I hope it keeps going, and I hope it touches the mainstream. I just don't think it's gonna touch the mainstream.
Oh no, I think it is, bro.
Yeah.
I think it's permeated the mainstream. I think there's finally a faithful adaptation.
Yeah.
People are seeing that there's a Song of Ice and Fire level of lore in this, even more. So it's a lot of things to mine.
There was a couple of things that I wish they would have gone into in the movie that they didn't. There was
Speaking of the comments, or
there's like a lot of comments. You're gonna want to focus.
Let me do this one.
Okay.
I've noticed that Denis Villeneuve, that's how you pronounce it. Denis Villeneuve's films are a slow burn, but not confusing. The story was told well. Blade Runner 2049,
yes.
Arrival, Prisoners,
yes.
Enemy, and now Dune.
Hits, absolute hits.
All
Prisoners
slow,
was really good.
Not for the sake of being slow, but because they needed to be. Yeah, I saw Prisoners and Arrival out of that list, and
Prisoners is a long burn.
It's good. I didn't know that was Denis also, but he's clearly an artistic filmmaker, and with Dune, man, like we'll get into the theatrical differences because I know there's a comment about it later, but I want to tell you guys what my experience was.
Dune, go ahead.
That's I'll wait for the comment.
Oh, Dune was at one point called unfilmable. So, despite everything, I think this is like, I mean, I feel like
he filmed it.
I feel like it
unfilmable?
knocked it.
It's so big and long. It's because some books are meant to be books and not movies.
Imagine trying to squeeze all of season 1 Game of Thrones into one movie. You know, like it's just a dense, thick story with a lot of historical lore that isn't in the thing that you're watching, but it exists in the world, and knowing more about it wraps you into the story more.
Why they didn't do a TV
This movie
show?
should have been a show.
I think it would have killed it as a show. I think it could have been
Game
like
of Thrones meets The
yes.
Expanse.
But I mean,
it is essentially.
I'm
right?
fine with like 7 movies.
Dude, I love it. I love it. So there was one thing. Can I mention the one thing they didn't go into the movies? So you know, Thufir Hawat, the guy who his eyes would go blank.
Yeah.
So he's essentially like a human computer, and
I figured as much.
AI doesn't exist anymore because there was this war called. I'm probably gonna get this wrong. Comments, please correct me. I think it was.
That's one of the comments coming up too.
Oh, okay. Well,
talks about that.
then I guess I'll wait.
Yeah, let's do. We got a lot of comments to zip through, so if you don't mind, we'll just zing past them, and then we can talk about it in general afterwards.
You guys should have seen this in cinema. It's truly awe-inspiring in theater. I am gonna.
It's also on our list.
I saw it in the true IMAX. I think
Yes.
it was a little bit blurry and out of focus, unfortunately.
Oh.
But
The IMAX?
Yeah.
Like
it seemed a little blurry, but the sound design, like when they used the voice, that was ridiculous in theaters. And I watched the YouTube clip about it, and I'm like, wow, that's nothing.
What about the Sardaukar scene?
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, throat
like,
singing.
Yeah, it sounds like Jimbo's friend Ned from South Park. He's coming right for us.
Pat or Chris, you want to take this one?
Chris, you take this line, boy.
All right, let me scoot over. As one of the book readers, it's more accurate to the book than 1984 Lynch version, which added superpowers to Paul, weird voice cannons, pugs everywhere. Somehow, somehow, and spoils
One of the biggest.
at one of the biggest twists of the books at the start. Only thing missing to make all the story more fluid would be character development of Dr. Yue to explain the betrayal, or at least a scene to how the Baron is planning to backstab them, and the Emperor, who will probably appear with Princess Irulan and Fade Rotha in part 2.
Yeah. There's, and that's.
I thought the backstab was set up well enough.
I think so too. I think there was a scene with like Bautista.
Maybe Dr. Yue, his
The
motivation.
Yue needed a little bit more, but
that was the thing. It was pretty quick.
it was like one line. They were like, they got my family, but also like he kind of played them too to be like, I'm gonna set this shit up, kill this motherfucker if you can. He's hung to the ceiling like.
But
a
he
fucking
wasn't
bat.
like fully evil. He's like, man, I gotta do this.
Yeah, I
but
caught that.
here's a contingency for you to kill the guy that made me do this.
Yeah, I like that a lot. When I was watching it in theaters, I was sitting next to a very hyper book fan. And like every time something happened that I'm assuming was in the books, he was like, and I was like, all right, that must be something really accurate to the books.
I feel that way too whenever I've read a book. Like it's hard not to get a little pretentious. It's really hard.
When Yue was like, oh master, you should go to sleep. Before he betrayed them, he was like, I was like, what? There's nothing for me to glean onto here. But I'm glad that dude was excited.
All right, Pat, here's your short one.
All right. Whoa, wow.
I can do this, Pat. I can
you
see
do
from
it.
here. The key thing to understand, and that I hope the second film makes clear, is that Paul is not a hero. He's an anti-hero.
Hold on, time out. Fucking spoiler. How is that not a spoiler?
That is kind of a spoiler.
So let's skip this
It's
comment
kind of
then.
a spoiler. Yeah, that's kind of a spoiler.
Sorry, Chris. I want to see the second movie. I want to figure it out, like when it pops up.
This movie's soundtrack was everything.
That fucks me.
Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer did a thing where he like sampled a bunch of people screaming, and it's like in the
Oh
soundtrack.
yeah, here we go. I want to do this one. Okay, so Dune used to be Abu Dhabi's desert and Jordan's Wadi Rum.
No, they used Abu Dhabi's
used to be. Used Abu Dhabi's desert and Jordan Wadi Rum to create Arrakis. That's pretty dope.
Nice.
Key points about the film: no AI exists in the universe of Dune due to a war between men and machines in the millennia past. The war, I think, was called the Butlerian Jihad.
What?
Yeah, it was called the Butlerian
The
Jihad.
Butlerian Jihad.
Humans.
Duncan, Idaho.
Humans are specially trained to use the spice to navigate and fold space and time to travel to other planets. Additionally, humans are also trained to calculate math equations as fast as computers, and they're called mentats. That's where. That's where Tufir Hawat was. We saw two of them in the movie Tufir Hawat and House Atreides. Piter. Dave.
The Russian dude. Right?
Yeah, the guy that played Polka Dot Man.
Yeah.
With House Harkonnen, they have blackish red rectangular tattoo on their lower lip in the movie. In the books, their lips are stained red from drinking a juice that increases their cognitive abilities. Yeah, there's a lot of backstory. And
See, that's why, like, I think this story is ripe for people to get
TV show.
invested into.
Yeah,
a
dude.
TV show, but the movie did such a good job.
I think it
that
did.
I think, like, he said he's planning on adapting at least beyond part 2 a third movie,
Yeah.
which is like the second book.
Yeah.
And beyond that, he said he'd like to do more. But right now, it's just those 3 that's in his mind.
There's
Harry
one more-
Potter the shit.
There's one more thing. If I mention it, it might feel like a spoiler, but it's really not. I'm not gonna like give anything away. But like the way the book was written, it's actually being told as a historical account. The name has been mentioned, Irulan, Princess Irulan. So she's like telling accounts of what happened in the past. So like this is what you're seeing is yeah, it's a long, very epic story, and it's right. Yeah, if it really catches, I hope it catches on with the mainstream. I really hope it does because
it's greenlit now.
It's so good. It was so good. I definitely need to go see it in IMAX for sure. 100%.
Second movie's already greenlit?
Yeah, apparently they just needed to make like 41 million, and they made that in their open 1 week.
Well, I think Hollywood is already kind of like with the subscription stuff happening. I think they're starting to change.
They're basing their metrics a little bit differently. Like they said that they were going to take HBO Max things into
account.
consideration, but
which
even
you know, all the comments that were like, "You just people like you that we're not going to get a fucking part 2, you sons of bitches."
Oh, people said that, Jesus,
dude. Every other comment was like, "I can't believe you guys didn't watch this in the theater." And
I mean, look,
and had we
just
done it, then every comment on every other video would have been like, "Where's the Dune reaction?"
Nah, look, cut them some slack. I think they just wanted you to experience in theaters, and really, the sound design is everything in that movie. Like Denis Villeneuve was like, "Hey, like,
definitely
we appreciate that it is on HBO Max, but
definitely
please go see it in the theater."
I wish I could have found this comment, but there was one comment that was like single-handedly. It was like, "You guys are single-handedly the reason that we're not going to get a part 2, you sons of
Yeah,
bitches."
like they're taking HBO Max viewership into consideration. Like, how do you think Squid Game saved Netflix? Like that?
Yeah,
the streaming does account for something. It accounts for a stat. And a number that's going to be used to greenlight projects.
Maybe not money because it's all subscription based, so that's like a consistent.
It's probably like a percentage.
But like the viewership, you know, it's got to matter for something.
Like the amount of time watched divided by total time watched on HBO Max in general, divide it, you have your percentage there of like how many people are watching it. So like you have metrics to use.
I wonder if math teachers like do like these kinds of examples, like
probably.
If you have 300 Netflix subscriptions
Buy Marquetta.
and you spend 400 hours watching Squid Game.
Hey, so you guys think I would like this movie?
I think you will, yeah.
Maybe.
Duncan, Idaho was badass, man.
It's one of those things with like.
Yeah,
it's
that's fine.
It's one of those things.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those things with like Game of Thrones. Like I had to watch the first episode of Game of Thrones like several times for all the names and the vernacular to like click, and like that's the feeling I had with Dune. Like once everything clicked and I get it now, and I'm like, fuck, this is amazing.
Similar to Lord of the Rings, but in my opinion, easier to follow than the first Lord of the Rings. Do you guys think we have enough time to cruise through the rest of these comments, or should we just cap it at Dune?
I think we
call it
should
from here.
Cap it at Dune.
Yeah. Well, we have some Lord of the Rings and Squid Game, but maybe we can get into that next week if we have more time.
We're pruning.
In general, Dune was
amazing,
awesome. Oscar Isaac, like that's an actor you cast when you want to show the history of a character without showing the history of a character. So like House Atreides, it just seems so regal. It seemed like I already knew there was such a vast history there.
Yeah.
Just from the actors' performances, and it was
everybody killed it.
I know people said that it was boring as a part 1 because it's just
I thought it was good.
It just cuts off, and it does sort of just cut off, but
I think
it told a complete story still.
I think that's where like. Again, having read the book, like I think it definitely helps. But like one of my concerns coming into this movie was like how star-studded it was, and if it was gonna feel balanced, or if that was just like the shtick, like we got all these stars, but like is it gonna?
I thought it felt good.
No. That's what I'm saying is like I think everybody did an amazing job acting. Like as star-studded as it was, everybody got a proper amount of screen time, and they all took their collective parts and knocked it out of the park.
So,
you know?
inverse of that, I don't know how Eternals is gonna balance their fucking cast, bro. Like that's too. It's just too many people. I just think right off the bat.
I've seen some preliminary like viewings, and people are like, it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I don't want to let anyone's comments,
Yeah.
like influence my opinion on that movie. I'm excited to see it because it's gonna apparently explain the origin of the universe.
Well, we'll see. That's the thing.
Okay, beautiful.
That's the thing. These because like I saw preliminary reviews of Dune, and a lot of the reviews were like super disconnected movie, fails, flop, and then like
every scene in that movie, I got more excited for the movie. Like at the start, I'm a little lost. By the middle, everything started clicking.
Yeah.
And then
And by the end,
I
it's
kept
all
getting
gas.
more and more excited.
And
yeah.
I love how like not understated, but just how eloquently like the CGI is used in the movie. Like even the space shots, it just looks like a still photograph. It's just very understated, just very good use of practical effects and set extension and CGI. Just amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Denis Villeneuve. Denis Villeneuve.
Did you watch it, Chris?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. I got a lot of questions. Like, I don't know how the planet Arrakis has people on it. I want to know, like, I want to know how people ended up on different planets, because, like, we have a hard enough time understanding how people ended up on Earth. And it doesn't seem like I want some of the history, like, how do we figure out space travel, and then after that, do we put people on all these planets, and then thousands of years later, they've all turned into, like, cultures and shit.
And that's the thing, there's a lot of economy in the book. So, like, the dates are AG, which is after Guild, and the Guild is
Space Guild.
referring to, like, the Guild of everything, but then there's, like, the central bank, like the Iron Bank in Dune is called Chom Company. And they kind of, run the economy, and everything runs through them. So I wish they...
I mean, we don't need time for that in the first movie.
Right, but it is somewhat important. But it would have felt disconnected. But yeah, man,
I think
there's a long history.
If these movies keep up, people will be able to have a whole entire YouTube careers off of doing the supplementary information in between the movies. You know what I mean? Like, if when the next movie comes out, if as soon as that movie's done, they're like, someone's got a video, a well-done video that's like, hey, here's all the information they didn't tell you in between movies that I hope aren't spoilers, like 5% chance of being spoilers, but it's all like backstory shit and shit like that. Like, all right.
Honestly, like once the movie comes out, like a visual adaptation, you're opening up a whole new target market. Like, I'm gonna be watching Emergency Awesome explained videos now, and so now they have a whole new scenes and B-roll to use. They can use characters from the movie. They can Photoshop people from the movie to look like future characters to explain shit.
There's one channel, and it's not. There's one channel called Quentin Reviews, but this
I know Quentin.
No, but this isn't the one. I think Quentin. Can you look up like a Dune walkthrough or explanation, and there should be a channel called like Quentin something. But like you're saying, there's
everything about Dune if you wanted.
no, but I want to see the channel, because that's who I watched. And he has some really good in-depth like stuff without spoiling. Like he kind of explains.
Like the Sardaukar apparently are bred to kill from birth, right?
And that's
Duncan killed 19 of them, so like he's a badass.
Duncan, Idaho.
Yeah.
And that's the Emperor's army.
Yeah, I'm about to be at a point where I don't want to hear any more about this movie. I don't know. You guys got me shook.
It's so good.
I'm pretty excited for the world.
Like I feel like people are gonna spoil me.
There's dogs in Dune?
No,
that's a squirrel.
That's from
mouse.
the other.
It says Dune explained to a dog.
No. So no spoilers. I'm just theorizing. But when the worm was
look up Dune's summary.
When the worm was looking at Timothée Chalamet, looking at Paul, do you think the worm did get distracted by the thumping, or did it like see something in Paul, like he's the Messiah or whatever?
Quinn's Ideas. That's the channel.
So check out Quinn's Ideas.
Yeah, he has really good Dune videos.
Okay.
All right, cool. Well, I don't know, guys. I think we talked a lot in this tub, and we stewed here for a bit. We sweat.
The water is murkier.
It is murkier.
It's also higher too from just sort of body sweat just accumulating in here.
Oh man, I think I've lost. I'm gonna go weigh myself.
If you want a bottle of this tub soup delivered to your door, we have a Patreon tier for it. I'm kidding.
We are selling our dick soup.
Jesus, that's gonna be.
Disgusting.
You guys can absolutely use this to clone us. Yeah. There's all of our DNAs.
And if you're gonna drink it,
you leave it alone. I'm keeping it.
It's a yarn.
It's not a yarn. It's my hair.
And if you're gonna drink it, just film it. Put it on YouTube.
If you pull my gray hair out, we're fist fighting in the hot tub.
Why do you want to pull?
No, don't pull it out.
I want my
you don't pull it out because then the roots like others start growing.
Ow, I don't care. I like the way it looks.
I used to pull my shit out, and now look at this shit.
No, I want it. I want to keep it. I think it looks cool. You don't.
You don't. You color it.
It's gonna get gray. That's how the life works.
You don't. Because there was only one, and then I cut it, and then there were three, and then I got a chin full of them now.
Well, Spencer, play us that outro, baby.
The first one you get, don't fuck with it.
I already had one.
Don't pull it out.
But I already did.
I never had a gray hair in my life.
But fuck you,
you're still young. On the side of your head. No? I know exactly where it's.
No. All right, outro.
Turn it up, Spencer.
Turn it up.
And turn our mics all the way down.